as he would be immediately branded a failed leader. He has to play it out with the defiant mullahs, and that will cause economic pain to us all, something many Americans are loath to accept. As I said at the beginning of this conflict, this is the president's biggest gamble as the midterms loom. Now, as a loyal American, I want to see Iran defeated, its reign of terror destroyed. I'd feel that way under Joe Biden, or any president for that matter. I understand the price that has to be paid for that, in goods, in spirit. Doing the right thing in matters like this is never easy. But faced with a terror nation that has nuclear capabilities, what's the choice? Back in a moment. Trapped in a timeshare, fees rising every year while availability shrinks, resorts making exiting nearly impossible. That's why I partner only with Lone Star Transfer. This family-owned company is transparent, honest, respectful. They have helped more than 40,000 owners exit legally and ethically through a simple guaranteed process. No surprise fees, no unused vacations, no stress. Please visit LoneStarTransfer.com, or you can call 855-551-7066. Tell them Bill sent you today. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Good morning, Kenny.
Good morning, Vic.
All right, Tuesday show, Nick Schroer, state senator, supposed to be leading us off. I heard it on the X today. Big packed heard it on the X today. This one's great. At 9:41, we're going to talk to Elaine Culotti, who happens to be the newest candidate for governor in the state of California. And she is the lipstick farmer, in quotes, successful real estate developer, interior designer, serial entrepreneur, and she's even on TV on Discovery's Undercover Billionaire. Kind of cool. So, Gavin Newsom, his political magic, shall we call it, is America going to fall for his tricks? Well, we'll talk to John Cox, who works for The Hill. We'll talk to him at 10:05. Drew Allen at 10:40. Randy Tobler. Randy Tobler? No. Randy Tobler today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Tobler. And then the chat box. Kenny, who is doing the Pledge of Allegiance for us today?
Yeah, Vic, from the Veterans History Project, we've got Dan Oliver.
Oh, go right ahead, Dan. Thank you for doing it.
I'm Daniel Oliver. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Daniel, thank you very much. All right, Ken, so big story, can't miss it. Eric Swalwell, the day after he drops out of the California governor race, he resigns from Congress. So these accusations are flat false. Remember when he said that instead of saying flat out false? And then the next day, he resigns from Congress.
Yeah, I'm going to fight. He said, I'm going to fight this with every breath in my being, or something like that.
Huh.
And he just the next day said, see ya, I'm out.
That's got to be part of it, right? I don't know what happens, a trial or a whatever it is. Well, you dropped out of you resigned from Congress. Isn't that kind of admission of guilt? No, I was just tired.
Right.
Didn't want to be congressman anymore.
I made my pension, which they did, which he did. So there are claims that they're saying that up to 50 women now have come forward. And
50?
And said that he's had some interaction with them sexually, some type of, you would say assault. Like, for example, if you just walked up to somebody and you did something to them, and like patted them on the butt, whatever.
Hey!
You know what I mean? Like
No,
I
I
do
know what you're
you.
saying.
Yeah.
What was that?
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
So he was one of the leaders of the Get Trump. The women are not Trump. Well, Trump too, but I'm talking about Justice Kavanaugh.
Mm-hmm.
When the women were going after him, supposedly.
Everything he said about Kavanaugh is coming back at him now that he did, right?
Isn't that interesting, though?
Believe the women, right? Always believe the women, but we never believe Tara Reid or Paula Jones or, anybody that a Democrat sexually assaulted. We never believe those women. Why is that, Ken?
I don't know, Vic. I just find it really interesting that someone can actually get on a microphone knowing that they're being videotaped or recorded and say the things that he said about Kavanaugh and say, these women, every one of them must come forward and be heard.
So think about it, though. Think about how he was stuck with that. I'm not feeling sorry for him, don't get me wrong. When the Kavanaugh confirmation hearings were held, the Democrats all got together and they said, all right, what are we going to say? All right, you say this. Swalwell, you say this about him and women, and in the back of Swalwell's head, he's like, yeah, but I did that. Should I say that? So he had to say what he had to say, and then it comes out that he was, Kavanaugh wasn't anything, and he was everything when it comes to sexual assault.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the Democrats in a minute. I want to stick on Mr. Clean, the dirtiest guy in Congress, as far as I'm concerned. He's just the nastiest person. He's so cringy. Swalwell. Because he said these things about Kavanaugh, and he said these things about the women that were accusing Kavanaugh. And then he turns around, and all the videos that you see from him are, these women, this is all not true. None of it's true. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to be in front of everybody and tell you just exactly my story. And he didn't say one word about those women coming forward.
Of course not. And, he had to act squeaky clean when he was asking Kavanaugh questions in the confirmation hearings, knowing in the back of his head, probably saying, God, I hope they never do this to me. I hope they never find out about my dirty stuff.
How can you do, man, I'll tell you, that's just gutsy. I don't know how you could do that. If I was accused of something like that, I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm going to step back here.
Not to mention, Ken, I believe during Kavanaugh's confirmation hearings that we already knew about the Chinese spy, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
So what? First of all, he's on the Intelligence Committee. Oh, great. Somebody on the Intelligence Committee slept with a spy. That's great. And he questions Kavanaugh. And we already knew about the Fang Fang thing.
Yeah.
And Kavanaugh should have said, excuse me, what about you, sleeping with the Chinese spy?
Well, they wouldn't have allowed him to have that much leeway to talk about it. Kavanaugh was just being asked. Remember, he was question after question fired upon, and he still survived it, but it was really damaging to him and his family.
So Anna Paulina Luna from Florida, representative, is behind all this. She did all this research, and Tony Gonzalez, too, by the way, who is a Republican from Texas, and he resigned, too, because he's got the same problem. The staff the lady who he slept with killed herself, and now he had to step down, too, which brings me to this crazy slush fund that is there only for members of Congress to pay off people who they have wronged sexually. I mean, I hate to say it, but how long are we going to let that slush fund go?
There's so much to that. I mean, think about that for a second. Well, yeah, here's another perk from our corporation. If you get messed up with something sexually with another employee, then you can go ahead. We'll pay for it. We'll take care of it.
That's exactly what the slush fund is doing for members of Congress.
Exactly right.
And when do we say enough's enough on that? How many people out of 10 in the United States know that exists? Because there are people on the left say, you guys are crazy. There's no slush fund to pay off sexual assault victims. What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Well, and I mentioned, let's get back to the Democrats for a second, because the Democrats, I think they're as complicit as anybody else in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because they hid every bit of this. They all knew. The Democrat Party knew about Eric Swalwell. They knew about his devious behavior because women were coming forward and complaining within his office. They knew about it, but yet they kept it quiet. Why? Because they needed him.
Yeah.
They needed that body in Congress, and they weren't going to, say anything against him. And they even, if you remember, when he said, I'm going to run for governor of California, they said, well, listen, we helped you out here, but don't go running for California. It's going to open you up. That's what I read, article after article about that, Vic.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
And they hid it until he was useless to them. And then they realized, okay, let's throw him under the bus now. We don't care about him anymore. So then they act like, see, we gave you one of our own if he was being bad. No, they did it as soon as they didn't need him anymore. Now, on the other hand, who's the Republican scumbag?
Gonzalez.
Okay, Gonzalez. We were ready to throw him. As soon as I found out, I said, yeah, he needs to go then. If he's doing that, then he needs to leave immediately.
So didn't they know or didn't they see? Have you seen the video of Swalwell with the girl?
Yeah.
They didn't see that video? The Democrats, they all saw it.
Like I said, it's been there all along, Vic.
And they saw it.
And there are more. I bet there are more videos. I bet they've seen so much more of this guy, and they knew it.
Yeah.
The Democrats have nothing but their own interests at heart. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about those women. They couldn't care less about whether they've been affected by him or not.
You know what, Ken? The biggest revolution will be the apocalypse of the Congress and start over again. And you tell them, when you get elected, the people don't work for you, you work for them, okay?
Yes.
So you don't go out on all these parties, you don't go out on all these cruise buses, you don't bang your secretary, you work for the people of your constituent, of your who you represent, and that's it.
No golden parachute pension.
And yeah, right.
Health care.
Right. You get health care just like every other American. You pay for your drugs just like every other American has to.
I always thought that. Shouldn't they make as much money as the average American? I'm saying all of Americans combined, that fee is what they should be making per person. They should be using the same insurance that they lobbied for us getting as individuals.
Yeah.
They should get the same exact thing. If they're voting against pensions, then they need to vote against their own pensions. They should not be allowed to vote for their own raises. They should be people for the people. I know it sounds all crazy and everything, but they should be people for the American people, Vic. I don't know. I'm going on the other side of the aisle as well. The Republicans, some of them are even worse.
Congress, period. Shut it down, start over. And the rules are, you guys don't get to just do this. You get only this much money and then go back to your other job. You know how it used to be. The guys, the first Congress, you think they had slush funds and all this stuff? They did their thing, and then they went to go be a farmer or to be a printer or whatever they were.
Yeah.
That
Congressman Burchett,
yeah,
he's such a good guy.
Yeah.
He'll walk around. He'll just do these, I guess, Instagram or TikToks.
Yeah.
And he'll be just talking about, well, here we're at it again. And he'll just, while he's walking down the road in D.C., I guess, and he's walking from building to building, here's what's up, here's what's coming up. And I like that.
Is he the guy that says dad gum?
Yes, he does.
Got to get this dad gum thing done.
and he's one of the people who was willing to stay during the Easter break just to get things fixed. These people are just, they get these. Did you ever look at the calendar of when they actually work?
Yeah, it's not a lot, is it?
No.
Plenty of time to go do a full-time job.
It's like half the year is taken. Not even half the year they work. Not even half of the year they work.
Well, we get to have a say,
We should.
And what we say is term limits to start off. Let's do that. Second of all, you don't get paid all that money that you get paid. You cannot trade a stock, not one stock. You do this because how much time are they taking away from what they're supposed to be doing to be thinking about stocks and, oh, my God, this golf tournament. Oh, I got to go on this cruise with these lobbyists. That stuff's got to stop. When I think of dadgummit, Tim Burchett.
Yeah, Tim Burchett.
That dadgum guy. I think of Senator Mike Moon in the Missouri.
You always refer to him, yeah. When something like this conversation happens, you always refer to Moon.
And why is that? Because he's still doing his farming while he's being a senator. He walks into the Senate floor with his overalls on, but a jacket over it because he's got to wear a jacket. But he came right from the farm to the floor, and they wouldn't let him in because he had overalls on, because he's a hard-working American farmer.
And he's probably not privy to any slush fund he has access to, right?
Bet, yeah.
Okay, so that whole thing, too. I mean, on top of all the stuff we just talked about Congress, no slush fund. How about that? I'm just going to throw that out there. Just no sexual slush fund for the Congress people.
Yeah. And I got another idea for him. Keep your wiener in your pants.
How about that?
Yeah. All right. So I'm glad we got to talk about that extensively because I had a lot to say.
You did.
And
so did I. I covered myself.
You did. Which reminds me to remind you about the Road to Zero Income Tax Town Hall. It's going to be Thursday, April 30th at the Lodge in Des Peres. Representative Ben Keithley, Senator Schroer, and our morning guy Mike will be there. News Talk STL's team will be there as well. Doors open at 6, program and Q&A at 6:30. You can RSVP at afpmissouri.com or just go to newstalkstl.com for more information about that.
We've got some audio about taxes and stuff. We had to maybe play for everybody a little bit later.
Let's do that. All right. Coming up next, one of our favorite things. I heard it on the X on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Number 1 for live and local conservative talk.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Now, even as we evolve our institutions and drive creative new partnerships, let me be clear. Certain principles of our international system are sacrosanct.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
TV is where it's at. It's not about cutting the cord anymore. That's old news. It's all about your customized TV options. With the best and cheapest high-speed internet and your own TV subscriptions, we've got your dream TV lineup. Between wired and satellite internet and TV, you now have tons of options. Save money and get more internet speed and better TV today by calling the Whole Home Connect. We scan your location and offer you the best TV and internet options. And we always have specials and promotions. So when you call, ask about that. Take 5 minutes of your time. Make this free call now and learn how to save money and get better internet and TV for your home anywhere in the U.S. Make this simple and free call now.
800-257-1632. 800-257-1632. 800-257-1632. That's 800-257-1632.
News, analysis, opinion.
We cannot live in a world where we have radical Islamic terrorists threatening to hold the world's oil market and global economy hostage like this.
101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hi, this is Joe DeVito, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL, and I'm completely nude.
Joe DeVito.
Joe.
That's how Eric Swalwell got in trouble.
You see?
Keep your pants on.
And we're just regular people, so you'll get in trouble.
So, keep us up. This is Keep Yourself Alive from Queen. My friend Sal turned me on to so much music when we were kids. He was Mr. Music, man. Bad Company, Fleetwood Mac, all that stuff. He turned me on to all that stuff. And he turned me on to Queen. And he and I sat there at Madison Square Garden and watched Queen.
Wow.
More than once, you know. Can we put Sal's picture up on the thing?
Well, I'm going to go get that as soon as I can, right now.
And the reason why is we wanted to do this Friday.
Yeah.
Because Friday was the anniversary of the day that Sal died in 2013. 2013.
Wow.
Ken. He's been gone a long time. He was my greatest friend in the world. All right. Right now, though, I think it's time for something we call I Heard It on the X.
Anywhere, y'all. Everywhere, y'all. I heard it on the X.
Okay, so full disclosure, transparency from this show to you. Here's how it works. All right, when we do I Heard It on the X, we go through all of X, and then I send Kenny the ones I want to read on the air, and then he puts them in this nice little package, and then I pick them up and I read them. Well, last night I got it all done, and then I fell asleep with the mouse in my hand, laying down with the mouse in my hand, and I was woken up by the mouse falling on the floor this morning. I was like, oh my God, I never sent Ken the Heard It on the X. And then he sent me an email at like 1:30 in the morning. Like, did you really think I was awake at 1:30 in the morning?
I don't
know. He says, what, no Heard It on the X? And I was like, So I sent it to him. He went and got some. So we got a pile full of Heard It on the X's.
I know, it's good.
Which is fun. All right, let's start with Inspector General Anthony D'Esposito. It's another Italian name.
Mm-hmm.
For those keeping score at home, the legislation to silence Nick Shirley was filed by Mia Bonta, wife of RG Rob Bonta.
The AG of California.
The same guy who just days ago claimed he was cracking down on fraud. Quite a web woven in California. So Rob Bonta is the state attorney general?
Yes, of California.
And who's his wife to be filing anything? What?
She's in government.
Oh, for God's
and I think she's a representative, a state rep, Vic, and it's so crazy because what happened was, so remember when J.D. Vance launched that whole fraud thing, the group that was going to take care of fraud? Immediately, Bonta came on and said, well, we've been working on this for years. We've been working on this since 1979. It's exact words. So then he turns around and he does this to Nick Shirley. Isn't that weird?
What law is Nick Shirley breaking?
Well, they're trying to pass legislation. Right now, California is they're really close to passing legislation that if you go into a business and try to find information out about them, you could be fined and sued.
So I guess every reporter at every news and TV station?
Yes.
Wow.
Unless you get prior authorization, you can't go in. It's not going to work, Vic, because that goes against the First Amendment in the United States, and I think the First Amendment is still available
Freedom
for
of
us.
the press, I think they call it, don't they, guys?
Yeah, something like that.
So we need to get a big saw, just a big hand saw, and just saw California.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm just sawing.
Just getting rid of California. I'll be right with you. Hold on. We got something else for me to do?
Yeah.
It's like the cartoons, you know what I mean?
Right.
Saw it off, let California.
That's what you're thinking in cartoon language.
What's wrong with that?
With a big giant saw.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
No, I think it's great.
Sometimes if life did more
it.
things that cartoons did, we'd be better off. You could take a big mallet and just hit somebody on the head with it sometimes.
Doink.
Doink.
No, it's what happened. I would love it.
Okay, right. That's the sound. So Liz Churchill on X. Life should be more like that. What you just played there, life should be more like that. Liz Churchill says CIA Director John Ratcliffe, he's quoted, here's the quote, Adam Schiff covertly conspired with the fake whistleblower Eric Saramella in an attempt to overthrow the sitting president. The Inspector General confirmed it. Tulsi Gabbard declassified the memos today. This cover-up is over. So much so that this whistleblower, in quotes, is now saying, I'm sorry, everything I told you wasn't true.
Where do we go from here? This is the question I think everybody's asking. Okay, that's great. Love it. We knew it, but we love it. But now what? Now where are we going to see asses thrown in jail? That's really what I think everybody's thinking right now.
Speaking my language, Kenny Williams. All right, we're going to need audio number 9 for this, Ken.
All right, Vic.
Wall Street Mav. The Strait of Hormuz is blockaded. Europe's plan? Ursula von der Leyen said the cheapest energy is the one you don't use. Stay home, don't drive, don't use electricity. The EU has no plan and no military to change to do anything. They're stuck with monitoring the situation?
Is how can we reduce the demand? Because, of course, the least expensive energy is the energy that is not used. We should reduce demand while fully respecting the free choice of consumers. So we are looking at energy efficiency levels such as renovation of buildings or the renewal of equipment in industrial operations. These are some measures, but there are also other measures that we will present or will be the core of the presentation of the communication next week on the table of the leaders.
And I have a feeling that the EU's decisions that they're going to be making, as she mentioned on the end of this, that it's not going to be really favorable for the people. It's just making a suggestion right now. But I think it's going to be hardcore as they try to move socialism into the whole situation. That's what they're doing, Vic.
Well, her cheapest energy is the one you don't use comment.
Right.
That's like saying,
don't drive.
I got money in my bank account, but I'm not going to pay the mortgage because the money I don't pay for mortgage is, right?
Yeah.
Less than paying it,
Right.
And then you get thrown out of your house, so just so you know.
When the EU says stuff like this, it just reminds me of the Biden administration every time.
And the EU and NATO both are useless. You agree?
Completely, yes, sir.
All right, can we do a double maze?
Let's go. He's really good, man.
Sounds like something a figure skater would do. Oh, she did the difficult double maze.
Double maze.
Triple
There's no
sound
way
count.
that a triple maze would ever be, but we'll do a double maze.
All right, we'll start with this one. Maze Moore is his official handle. If you want to follow him, he's great.
Yeah, he follows me.
Really?
Well, I had to,
you had to show
okay,
up?
never mind.
Maze follows me too. Yeah, I have one of those, but I'm embarrassed by it.
What?
Britney Spears follows me.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you didn't bring that up.
Why would I? Well, I'm proud of
Why,
that.
yeah.
Britney Spears follows me?
That's fun.
I don't know how that happened. I mean, I saw it one day. Britney Spears follows you. I was like, what?
I would reply to her one day and just go, hey, Britt, what's up?
Britt, what's happening?
What's happening?
So Maze says, this is perfect. Can't even make it up. 2025, Eric Swalwell, wearing a No King shirt, tells a bunch of supporters that he has come up with a new Democratic Party campaign slogan. It'll all come out. That's the slogan. It'll all come out.
Okay.
And guess what, Eric Swalwell? It all came out.
It sure did.
And actually, not even all. You're saying there's more, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're suspecting a lot more.
And then another, in the other half, second half of our double maze, the difficult double maze finishes with Schiff lied about Russian collusion. Schiff lied about not knowing the identity of the whistleblower. Schiff lied about Hunter Biden's laptop being Russian disinformation. He used his position on the House Intelligence Committee to mislead the country. He should be in prison. Why do we put the biggest scumbags and liars on the Intelligence Committee?
You're so right about that.
God.
That is the American government. That is the legislature.
Swalwell, Schiff, both on the Intelligence Committee. God. I just can't anymore. I can't do
No,
this.
you can, Vic.
Nope.
No,
I
you
can't
can't.
do it.
No, you can.
Oh, okay. We have plenty of time here, right?
Yeah.
A-Train says, as someone who has lived in blue states, I knew plenty of illegal immigrants on Medicaid and even more taking advantage of SNAP benefits, especially in California. It's honestly nothing more than a comedy skit when I see people claim this isn't happening. Can I throw my SSDI in there too? Like I do every day? So there are plenty of people getting Medicaid, which is free. Medicaid is free health care. You have to be the poorest of the poor to get it.
Well, you have to be non-American too.
Well, that's a new caveat.
That's a new category.
But I think if you make $18,000 a year, that's too much for Medicaid.
Okay.
That's how indigent you have to be
to
get Medicaid. And these people come across the border. Sure, here you go. Here's Medicaid. Oh, you hungry? Oh, here you go. Here's a SNAP card, which we used to call food stamps, which is another. Why did we stop calling it food stamps? Because it hurt their feelings? It hurt people who used its feelings?
Maybe.
They're food stamps.
Maybe. It's so frustrating. That's by the way, everything we're talking about here is your tax money. It's yours. It's mine. It's Vic's. It's yours.
So all these things are happening, and if you dare say people are using SNAP illegitimately, you are just made fun of. Are you kidding? People who are starving are using Snap cards.
The fraud is so rampant, and Vic, billions, tens.
Maybe trillions?
I would almost argue there was tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions, across the country every year. We're talking about. Not only that, can I just throw this in there? They say that they never receive, illegals don't receive any of that, right? That's what they say. The left, I'm talking about, Democrats. They also say they don't vote.
Right.
So that's in the same category.
Right. All right, let's do two more, and then we'll get out of here. This one is by Anand Lalaji. He's a doctor, MD, Dr. A, they call him. And he's got a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche, who says, "Without music, life would be a mistake."
I love that.
There's never a time where there is not a tune, a melody, or a song in my head. Never. Whether it's a TV commercial jingle or a song or something, it's in my head.
It is so important. It's critical. You know, you just reminded me of something. We went in the backyard yesterday. Connor Roofing is working on our house right now, doing an amazing job, by the way.
The best.
And the workers are back there, and they're jamming. They had the radio cranked up. Music's for everybody. It motivates you. It makes you happy, and even if you're working, you're still going to be a little bit happier listening to music.
And music takes you back to an absolutely vivid moment in your life.
That's a great point, because I can only hope that everybody feels the way I do. If you play a song to me that hits like a certain way, I revert immediately to the moment that I heard it.
Exactly.
When I was a kid.
Exactly.
I just love that.
And where you were. I remember being on the school bus, going to school. It was cold. I was tired. I guess I never liked waking up my whole life. And I was on the school bus, and my head was against the window, and the bus driver was really cool. I was listening to WBLS in New York, and Donna Summer was on "Love to Love You, Baby." I was like, oh, my God, this song is so cool. I just want to be under the covers with Donna Summer right now. But it brought me back to that moment. That one moment in my life. Anyway, music is important. All right, here's the last one, finally.
All right.
And this one is kind of local, okay? Because she went to Mizzou. Welcome back to the Indiana Fever, Sophie Cunningham.
Anywhere, y'all. Everywhere, y'all. I heard it on the X.
So, Sophie said, the era of hurting Caitlin Clark is over.
She said that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was going to get the exact quote, and of course I clicked the wrong thing and it went away. I'm paraphrasing, but the year of you guys getting on Caitlin and hurting her are over. I bring you back to that game when she took that girl's neck after she threw the girl down. Who poked
I love the
Caitlin
meme they made out of all that.
Yes.
It was so good.
And this girl, nobody knew that Sophie Cunningham's a black belt in karate from the time she was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Because that hold she put on that girl, she was immobilized.
Dude, I was impressed.
She couldn't lift her head. She couldn't throw a punch. She couldn't do anything.
Right.
So Sophie's back, and she's your alma mater mate.
Yeah. She went to Mizzou.
Is there a word for that?
Fellow
Mizzou
yeah,
graduate.
grad, whatever.
Grad, there you go. So I wouldn't know about that because I didn't do it. So Mizzou's own Sophie Cunningham back on the Indiana Fever. I can't wait for the season to start. Tres Leches, they call them. Lexi Hall, Caitlin Clark, and Sophie Cunningham.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, coming up, California. Sure, let's put somebody else in there. Elaine Culotti. I'm hoping that's an Italian name.
I hope.
She's a TV star, big TV star. Discovery's undercover billionaire. She's next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at News Talk STL. Vic and Ken.
Just a less masculine version of Hillary Clinton.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Less masculine?
I don't know. She's pretty masculine.
Yeah, she is. So yesterday morning, it's really early in the morning, Ken starts hearing banging from outside, hammering.
6:55.
He goes, what the heck? And he opens up the window, and there's the Connor Roofing team out there working hard on your house before 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and they were there until dark.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So the point is, Connor Roofing does the job, gets the job done right. They'll help you navigate your way through all the insurance problems that insurance company loves to create.
And believe me, right now, in this past year, that's been a big challenge for everybody.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, they don't only do roofing. They did our roof already, but they came back to do the siding and the guttering and all that stuff.
How about that?
Yeah.
So one-stop shop for your home. That is Connor Roofing. They've been doing it since 1993. Kathy and Rob Connor, great people, great workers, and great benevolent people.
They really are, Vic. But I just got to say something about the quality. I mean, I've had windows put in where the flashing was done incorrectly. These guys, I went around last night, amazing. The
So-
precision is awesome.
What you have to do when Kathy Connor calls you to say, how'd we do? Say, man, it sucks. I'm sorry.
Right?
Ah, just kidding. Guys are great. Get them at ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER roofing.com.
On the next Larry Connor's USA.
One of the most bizarre story behind the story. Two St. Louisans plot to steal a nuclear sub.
Larry Connor's USA. Now weeknights 6 until 8 on News Talk STL.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on Newstalk STL. And you can visit us at inhstl.com. That's inhstl.com.
Hey, it's Susie Moore. If new flooring makes you think hassle, think again, because Michael's Flooring is changing the game. For over 30 years, Michael's has been locally owned and trusted for quality, variety, and amazing service. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, or ceramic tile, their expert team makes installing new floors exciting, not stressful. That's why customers keep coming back. Visit Michael's Flooring at St. Peter's, Starting Prairie, Creve Coeur, or online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com.
1 in 4 women will have an abortion before the age of 45 in this country. That's the tragedy we must work to stop. Mike Ferguson from The Morning Show here, and that is why Reach Reproductive Health is here, to empower parents to save the lives of innocent children and to see these families come to Christ. And you can be a part of saving and changing lives. So pray and visit outreachforlife.org to learn more, volunteer, and donate. That's outreachforlife.org.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint, formulated to outsmart the elements. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, mold or mildew. Our home exterior coatings intelligently designed to stand up to Mother Nature. Call 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
I'm Newt Gingrich, and you're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show on News Talk STL.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. All right, so Eric but we are very California-centric.
Yes, we are today.
Crazy.
But there's a reason for it.
Yeah. Eric is his first name, right? Swalwell?
Swallow, yeah, Swallow.
Is it Eric
Well, it's Eric Swallowswell.
Eric Swallowswell has now resigned from the Congress. He's admitted, well, he hasn't admitted, he's flat, they're flat lies. He doesn't even know how to say that. It should be flat out lies.
Right.
So let's get somebody with some brains and some fame in on this. She is on Discovery's Undercover Billionaire. She's the lipstick farmer. Ladies and gentlemen, Elaine Culotti. Hi.
Hey, how's it going there?
It's going good. Is that an Italian name?
We're calling Eric names, are we?
Yeah.
No? Why would we not?
That's
what we do.
Why would we not?
So,
I mean, listen, if they're going to do this, this is what happens.
Right. And one on our side, too. Tony Gonzalez resigned as well. So is the name Culotti, is that Italian?
Culotti is Italian, but it's my ex-husband. I'm Farrell, Farrell. I'm like an old Irish woman
Well,
with a really bad temper.
That's perfect, though. I'm Italian. Kenny's Irish. We got the whole show covered.
Right.
We got,
Right on. Irish women love Italian men, so you got that. There you go.
well, my wife's Italian.
There you go.
All right. So anyway, let's start with you muddying up the waters out there in California and running for governor.
Exactly. NPP, baby. No party preference. Did you know it's trending across America?
I did not.
Iowa, Ohio, Texas, Florida, Georgia, all 30, 31, 32%. California, 41% of Californians are either no party preference or undecided. 41.
Damn.
It's just now equal with the Democrats.
I think this is big news because we all assumed they were a blood blue state and they'd never vote for anything Republican, but now they're not Republicans either. Non-party preference, is that what it is?
That's what it's called. And when you go to renew your driver's license, if you want to register to vote, you can do that. And now it's a party. So it says Democratic Party, Republican Party, no party preference.
Right.
You can actually click the button.
But getting ID, black people can't do that because they're too stupid, according to Democrats.
They don't vote. Right. They can't get their birth certificate out. Right. Exactly. No. Let me tell you what.
Yes,
Black
yes.
people in California, 19% are actually second and third generation business owners. They work really, really hard. And I want to say that Altadena, which lost all those homes, it doesn't get talked about enough. That is a very challenging thing because it's 19% black.
Altadenas. This is all new to me. Can you fill me in a little more details on that?
So when we had these big fires, we had it in 3 cities, right? That happened in Altadena, Palisades, and Malibu. And what people are not talking about is how important Altadena was to the black community, but also just the working community.
Oh, boy.
Because
Elaine,
as
apparently
there as anywhere else.
I'm sorry, Elaine, but apparently all of the people who could afford it are getting their houses redone, but the people who couldn't afford it are either being bought out and then they're putting in some kind of special apartments and things like that, which nobody wanted.
Well, that's sort of, let me just say this. The SB 79 is 100% exactly right. That's putting apartment buildings in single-family residential neighborhoods, which is what we call an unfunded mandate, where Sacramento has to pay back all of their donors. And so they start plopping all of these things on cities across California, making them do things, mandating that they do things, including sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed to pay them back, but they never do. So they have a couple $2 billion in unfunded mandate money owed, but there's no money to pay it. The Democrats have completely failed California. It's not even like a little bit. It's so bad we're bankrupt. And the other question was about whether or not the wealthy can rebuild, but not the other. No one can rebuild. And the reason no one can rebuild isn't even because of money. It's because the cities don't have anyone to do permit processing. And they have no way to get the streets repaired because there's no money. So you can't get through the red tape. And then if you do get through the red tape, there's no money to fix the potholes and the power and the water. Everything's gone.
So let's talk about you. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. It says you're a hands-on farmer. Are you really a farmer?
Oh, yes. I have a farm. It's not a big farm, though. I only have 40 acres. And we farm row vegetables, avocado, citrus. It's really beautiful. But it's making money in farming in California is an oxymoron. It's like a jumbo shrimp. You have to fund it. It's so difficult if you're in the small farming business. And because we have 84,000 farmers in California that are small farmers, which by definition is under 200 acres, we have enough farmers in California that make boutique farm fresh food to actually feed all of America. But what we do is we don't let them do it. Why? Because it's big ag has all the money and they get all the politicians, they get all the fertilizers and the big equipment, and they squash little farmers.
Wow.
They squash them like a squash blossom.
We have a listener to this show. Her name is Sandra. She is a farmer in Illinois, and they are doing everything they can to ruin her farming business, to ruin her farm. The latest thing is a road that's going to be built that's going to make her farm flood. I mean, why are we so against farmers in this country?
It's just, Sandra, that's not, it's heartbreaking that we think we're going to be able to do anything without good food. Just think about that. What in the world is anybody thinking? We need good food. Our food is being overprocessed. Our food is our soil is being overtilled. Our chemicals that go into our soil take years to get rid of. We are addicted to glyphosate. It overnight. We have to go through this slow process. And farmers know, and they want out. They want out. They're like, let us farm. And what happens? Of course, money happens.
Right.
All these people buy all these politicians. And that's why you need to vote NPP, no money preference is what I say. There's no money in the middle. No one's going to come along like the Trial Lawyers Association and support Elaine. Why? Because Elaine wants tort reform.
Yeah.
50% of our businesses, including farmers in California, are in litigation. If you are going to open a business in California, you stand a 90% chance over the lifetime of your business to be in litigation.
So
we can't do it.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
We're talking. Don't push me around, okay, Elaine Culotti? No, I'm just kidding.
That's my job, sir.
That's
Right?
my job to give you
Right?
trouble back on it, you know. So Elaine Culotti is our guest. She is she's great. She's on Discovery's Undercover Billionaire. She's a farmer. So I just want to talk.
But she's running for she's a candidate for,
and she's a candidate for governor in California.
Yeah.
So I really realized how hard it is to be a farmer. My wife and I, you know, we think we're cool, and we're not. Okay, we tried to grow some eggplant, and we grow some tomatoes and stuff like that. And we had one of these long planters, right? It's not real high, but it's long. And I swear to God to you, I'm not lying. There was a squirrel sitting in the planter with his elbow over the thing, going, throwing a hang in my backyard. Hey, look at the vegetables over here. Come eat with me. I mean, that's when I realized how the grander scale, how do the farmers do it? So I empathize a little bit.
Oh, the squirrel thing's crazy, right? All
It's
the little
true,
rodents.
though.
It's just insane.
Yep. All right, Ken has a
We have
question
a
for you.
bee farm.
A bee farm?
Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, we have bees.
That's
bees
my goal.
Are crazy. I didn't realize that. Well, they pick the bee keepers. They pick up the bees. The bees are like in hotels on my farm. They pick up the little bees, put them in their little hotels. They drive them to someone's field.
Right.
They let the bees go out and have dinner.
Right.
And then they come back and go back to my place. It's crazy.
They have
Elaine?
cucumbers on their little bee eyes.
No kidding, Elaine. That's my life goal. I wanted to become a bee farmer. Just get a little property, get some bees, and just beekeep.
Ken wants to be a beekeeper.
A beekeeper. Yeah, exactly right.
I love it.
So, Ken, what's your question, Kenny?
Yeah, Elaine, I wanted to. We're kind of California-centric here in Missouri on the Vic Porcelli Show today because there are implications for the governor of California becoming a certain person. It's not going to be Swalwell. We were going to talk about him, but he's no longer because he's a scumbag. But then also because of Newsom, right?
Well, so what I've been saying is how important the California governor's race is to America. And this is why. As you know, we've had some grand theft here. Okay, there's been a lot of fraud. And one of the most important things to remember is that you cannot get to the bottom of fraud without auditing. You have to audit because in a lot of cases, including in, Minnesota, or was it Missouri?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, they have these big problems with, hospice or Medicare and Medi-Cal or whatever they are. They have to audit that and figure out where the money went. Well, we lost $24 billion here in California on homelessness, which is $847,000 per homeless person not housed. So everybody wanted to audit it, and Gavin Newsom vetoed it. He said you're vetoing the bill that wants to audit it. So in other words, you're not going to look over here. If Gavin Newsom is leaving office in California and another Gavin Newsom, meaning another Democrat, deep blue Democrat that does not want auditing, replaces him. So that is all of the Democrats as far as I'm concerned because they're all out of the system. There's no new news there. Replaces him. We pave a gold carpet for Gavin Newsom to get into that White House because he will never be held accountable for what happened in California. If I can get anything across to all of you, vote in the middle. It's not whether I win. That is part of it. Of course, I want to be the governor. But also, we have a one-party state. We have a 60% Democratic stronghold, which has changed to 41%. But they will not let us to a podium. They will not let me debate. They will not let me poll. They will shut it down because they know if you have a three-party state, you have a fair race. That means 25% can vote for Democrats, 25% can vote for an independent, 25% can vote for a Republican. Now you at least have voices at the podium that are dissent. You do not have that right now. Every podium has 4 Democrats and 2 Republicans. That's how they're setting it up. They're setting it up to burn the Republican Party out of California. They cannot get out of the teens. I'm sure if all of you are watching, Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton, who are our 2 Republican candidates, are always at about 18% is their highest to 12%. Why? Because there are only 24% registered Republicans. So you've got to have a middle lane. Please, if you get anything out of this, have a middle lane.
This is happening in America.
Here's my math on this. Eric Swalwell's out, right? If you get in, you could take, because Katie Porter is getting all his voters.
Okay.
And if Katie Porter comes in, she's going to pour a big old pot of scalding hot potatoes on the United States. And if you get in there, you could take points away from Katie Porter, which would be a good thing, leaving a lane for Steve Hilton or you.
Exactly. Most of the people that have left into the middle are Democrats. We used to have a 60% stronghold, and that has diminished. The Republican 24 to 25% has not changed in 3 decades. You haven't gotten more Republicans. Republicans, instead of, voting, they leave. Okay? They don't vote, they leave California. A lot of disgruntled Democrats left as well, especially the billionaire class because of the taxes. So at the end of the day, the middle is really crucial. And if we can build a no-party preference, big, huge no-party preference, giant, thick, warm middle, we can take back our country, not just California.
We need to.
We now all of a sudden have people like me I'm a business person. And I can run the state from a business perspective, not from a donor perspective. If you're running the state from a donor perspective, you're so stuck. You've got nowhere to go. You owe these people one way or another, and they're going to get that piece of your hide, come hell or high water.
Unbelievable.
And that's why you have these Democrats that are like decades in the industry. Even Katie Porter's been in politics her whole life. Mayor Karen Bass, her whole life. Yeah. Becerra is our lockdown king. This guy had the most draconian lockdowns in COVID ever. He's our, one of our potential governors. There's all these guys that are running. And Katie Porter, she lives in subsidized housing.
Oh, my God.
She is not qualifying for that. Then you've got this other guy, billionaire Steyer guy. This is the climate guy, okay? He's the Green New Deal guy. That money all went into all the crazy little programs, carbon credit programs, this program, the train program, everywhere to get nothing. Absolutely nothing. Stealing capital tax dollars out of the general fund to get nowhere. And on top of it, nobody talks about it. You know where he makes his money? In Texas. He's a for-profit prison guy. He gets $20 million out of Texas last year in for-profit prison, which is the exact opposite of what he preaches at a microphone.
All right, Elaine, we are out of time, up against a hard break. Please, I beg of you, please come back and talk to us again.
Please have me back on. Thank you. You guys have a beautiful day.
You too, Elaine.
At Elaine Culotti is how you find her on X. Man, she is spunky and
fun. I know, it's great.
Love it. All right.
Whoosh.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 9 on NewstalkSTL 1019. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Dude, this house is perfect. Crumbs everywhere, sticky counters. I've already texted the Culotti.
Sweet. I'll bring my 500 cousins. This'll be the biggest ant rager of the summer.
Let's party! Wait, what's that sound? Oh, no, it's those trucks with the green wheels. Party's over, man. Party's over.
This is Derek, the owner of All Solutions Pest Control. We'd love to help you out. Give us a call today at 636-486-7888 to learn more about our special $67 offer.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump is holding fast to his vision of a nuclear-free Iran.
The standoff between the US and Iran has deepened as Washington's declared it had blockaded Iran's ports, and Iran is threatening to strike targets across the region. Pakistan says officials are racing to bring the sides together again for more talks. Though last week's ceasefire is appearing to hold, the showdown over the Strait of Hormuz has risked reigniting hostilities and deepening the region-wide war's economic fallout. The blockade applies to vessels going to and from Iranian ports. The move could restrict the passage of the few ships that Iran considers friendly, which have been permitted to traverse the strait, as Iran has curtailed maritime traffic since the start of the war. I'm Charles Philadesma.
And there are reports a second round of U.S.-Iran talks could take place later this week. Maryland Democrats have failed to redraw the state's congressional map ahead of the midterms. Setback for Democrat Governor Wes Moore. He had cited President Trump's GOP-friendly redistricting campaign.
The clock officially ran out on the proposal late Monday night as the state legislative session ended, a casualty of internal party disagreements. In the end, the Maryland Senate left the bill in a committee, with Democrats who controlled the chamber concerned it would backfire under judicial review. As in usual, mid-decade redistricting continues next week. Democrats will not be poised to pick up a seat in Maryland, where the proposed map would have made it easier for voters to oust the state's lone Republican member of the U.S. House. Governor Moore calls President Trump's efforts to redraw congressional maps to favor Republicans unfair. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Led by soaring energy prices, wholesale inflation shot higher last month. Producer Price Index gained about 0.5% from February, up 4% from a year ago. Now on Wall Street, stocks are higher. The Dow is up 284 points. While the NASDAQ is ahead 280 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I talked to a lot of great companies. Very few of them actually literally surprised me, but Fellowship Home Loans sure did. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian and the team there have been helping families do something most people think is more complicated than it has to be. Get into a home, lower their rate, or tap into equity they didn't even realize they had. Everything at Fellowship is done in-house. One roof, one great team, all with a servant-led mentality. From your first phone call to closing, you're going to get people who know you by name. They'll know your situation. They treat you like family. They're also offering a free mortgage checkup right now. Don't miss out. Rates are lower now than if you purchased or refinanced your home in the last few years. Many Fellowship customers are saving hundreds of dollars a month when refinancing, and there are no payments for 2 months. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Rodney and Jen Wallner and the entire Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway. Call them today at 314-810-SOLD. 314-810-SOLD. From the Michaels Flooring Outlet Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Shan Scotch with your first alert forecast. Going to be tracking highs close to that 90-degree mark this afternoon. Mostly sunny, a hot one. Could see some evening, overnight scattered chances of some storms. Nothing too impressive. Then Wednesday, a first alert weather day has been issued, as we could see some strong to severe storms lasting from the afternoon hours towards the overnight hours before pushing out into Thursday. 81 degrees on Thursday. Still seeing some scattered showers and storms Friday. Could see a few more during the evening, overnight hours. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Shan Scotch.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, hour number 2 in our 3-hour tour will include our great friend Drew Thomas Allen, now with the Daily Signal.
Yes.
Yep. Good.
And he's out of California too, by the way.
Oh my God!
You know,
we are very California-centric today.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't want to use the word Californication because that's in John Cox op-ed. So we'll talk about that in a second. John Cox wrote an op-ed in The Hill this week calling out Gavin Newsom as a political magician. John, thank you for being with us. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, Vic. I am in beautiful California. I have to say, I know you're not here, but best weather, best natural beauty in the country.
All right, stop showing off. Stop showing off, okay? We don't need that.
Hey, John, John, we do have some really good weather here in St. Louis, though, right now.
You do. You know, I grew up in Chicago, so, not a Cubs fan, though, so
Thank
I don't
you.
have that Cardinals-Cubs rivalry going on. I'm a White Sox fan.
Good.
Like the Pope?
Like the Pope,
Yeah.
who grew up, by the way, about 2 miles away from me. And we're about the same age, as a matter of fact. He's about 2 months younger than I am.
What are the odds of that? Holy cow. It could have been Pope Cox for all we know, right? It could have been the Pope.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, John.
That's so
I
funny.
wouldn't go that far.
All right.
I am Catholic, but I wouldn't go that far.
All right. So let's talk about Gavin Newsom and his political magic, because this is a guy who, out of one side of his mouth, condemns the war as being illegal, while on the other side says Iran's regime must go. How does he keep getting away with this?
Well, let's face it. Again, he's trying to compete to get into the primaries in 2028. He's been running for president since I ran against him as the Republican nominee in 2018. It's been very clear. I mean, this is a guy that has unbridled ambition, but a decided lack of management skill, and that's evident in what he's done in California. So how is he going to talk out of both sides of his mouth? Well, basically, that's what he's been doing in California, and it's all about appealing to the primary electorate in the Democratic primaries that he's going to have to win in order to get the nomination. And, of course, a major part of that, of course, is he's got to walk this fine line, this Tightwire Act. He's got to be anti-Trump, basically TDS on everything that the president's trying to do. So that means you have to oppose the Iran war. But at the same time, the Jewish American constituency in the Democratic primaries is very large, obviously, and he's got to make sure that he doesn't alienate that element of the electorate in the Democratic primary. So it's a Tightwire Act, but it's the same kind of Tightwire Act he's been running in California, where he's got to appease all the interest groups, the trial lawyers, the environmental groups, the teachers' unions, and all the government unions in California. At the same time, he's got to try to, keep the state in a reasonable condition, which he really hasn't done.
All this reminds me of, there was a great sketch on Saturday Night Live back in the day. Dan Aykroyd is doing two radio stations at the same time, right? He pushes this button. Hey, good morning, everybody. We got the top hits here at KHIT in California. And then he flips the other switch. He goes, hey, welcome to our rock and roll show. It's almost the same thing that Gavin Newsom's doing, really.
It's performance art. And that's what I talked about in my article. It's performance art, which is what a magician does, as you know, right? You've all seen magicians. What they do is they distract you with a shiny object. They distract you with some kind of movement of their hand or one hand while they're doing something different in another hand. And that's exactly Gavin Newsom. He's great at distracting you because of some, policy or some issue that he brings up that's performative. At the same time, he's doing something that works totally against the interests of the people of the state. And that's the reason why California has a shortage of housing. We have a shortage of water. We have a shortage of electricity.
Intelligence.
We have the homeless all over the streets. We have the highest taxes in the country. At the same time, we have a huge budget deficit. The school system rivals the worst in the country. Our results are just horrendous in terms of reading and math. Our roads are some of the worst in the country, while we still spend huge amounts. It's all these management issues in California that I think people will not want to be brought to Washington, D.C.
Yep, you're right. We're talking to John Cox, who's got a great op-ed in The Hill, talking about the political magic of Gavin Newsom. You know, John, I dabble in magic a little bit. Can I do a magic trick for you right here, right before your very ears? Can I do that?
Well, it's on radio, so I don't know if I can see it, but go ahead.
No, do you have it? You can see it. Do you have a smartphone?
I do.
Put it in your hand, okay?
Yeah.
It's in your right hand. It's a phone, right? Now put it in your left hand. Now it's a radio because we got this app where you can listen to us anywhere you want.
Magical.
It's a magic. How does he, ladies and gentlemen? How does he do it? I don't know. Thank you.
Technology, is that amazing? Is that amazing?
But now that you know, I expect you to listen. So don't think you get off that easy. All right.
I will.
NewstalkSTL app. One push, then one more push to do it, and every day it's just one push, and there we are in between 9 and noon Central. Whew. That was a lot to go for a promo.
Hey, John, Gavin Newsom's putting his foot in his mouth every time he turns around. I mean, let's get right to it because
let's get to it.
You know, he was overseas, and everybody was thinking, why are you there, number one? And when he was there with AOC, of all people, they were both just sounding so horribly. And then he comes home, and he said, well, I'm like you. I'm stupid. I can't write. I can't read. I can't even do a speech.
You stupid black people in the audience. I'm just like you.
This guy, this guy is so cringe. You know, John, and I don't know, maybe you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, well, here's a guy, by the way, Gavin Newsom, whose father and grandfather were both major political fixers in California. His grandfather helped Pat Brown back in the 50s and early 60s. His father helped Jerry Brown get elected. His father was actually the trustee for J. Paul Getty, who was the first billionaire, if people remember that. So this is a guy who is steeped in wealth. But, and by the way, and those connections fueled his ambition, right? He has a big business in Napa Valley with wineries and things like that, but it's all part of the Getty fortune. That's how he got it. So all the way along, he's been fueled by big money, but he has to now appear to be one of the regular people, and which is why he's going with AOC to a large extent, the ex-bartender, because he wants to make him seem like the average person. And that's how he's going to portray his whole background. You know, his mother was divorced, you know, from his father, but he basically lived as a ward, as a kind of a son of Gordon Getty, the heir to the J. Paul Getty fortune. So, you know, it's this anomaly that he's trying to create, and it's all performance. And I think when people get that message, that's why I'm out there talking about this, because the people of this country are going to be introduced to this guy in the next couple of years, in 27 and 28, and they have to know what his background is and where these misleading background implications are coming from.
John Paul Getty, I mean, he was the example. You know, when I'm growing up and I asked my father to buy me, what do I look like, John Paul Getty? Right? So I'm familiar with that. And the Getty gas stations that were all over New Jersey. All right. So here's my problem, John, okay? I asked someone who works for a U.S. representative for Caroline Leavitt to do this. We have the technology to do this, and why they're not doing it, I don't know. But put up in the briefing room a video behind her, so all the scumbags in the press look at it, and it's Hillary Clinton saying, we have to get rid of Iran. We have to bomb them. Who else, Ken? A whole handful of people saying it.
Barack Obama.
Biden. They all said it.
Yeah, they all said it.
But they didn't do anything about it. I mean, why? I hope in California a press briefing of some kind for somebody to show a video of Gavin Newsom eating at the French Laundry while we're stuck inside with our stupid masks on and can't go anywhere. I mean, do people forget that he did that?
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that politicians practice hypocrisy? Are you shattering my view of politicians here?
I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that.
Oh, my God, John. Are you going to be okay?
How about video of Chuck Schumer saying that we need to have a secure border and we can't violate laws in coming across the border? Those are all over the internet, too. You know, this is of a piece, guys, with an effort that I'm going to be making in the next couple of years. We've got to get leadership that actually tells us the truth. The only way to do that is to make them accountable to us, to we the people. You know, the trouble with our politics these days is that these guys are professional fundraisers. They're performance artists Gavin Newsom is chief among them. Then they get into office and they hand the store to these interest groups. And why? Because the interest groups supply the money that they need to run for office. And they give away everything, and we, the people, end up paying the freight. We've got to put an end to it. Your listeners can go to hearthepeople.org. That's HEAR, hearthepeople.org. They'll see a plan to get money and media, no offense to you guys, but get the media and the money out of politics, get the voters back in charge, hold these guys accountable for the lies, for the hypocrisy, and for how they just let special interest groups just run ragged over our policy, which is why we have a $39 trillion debt and $2 trillion annual deficits. This is going to kill this country, and people need to know that there's a way around, these politicians and their hypocrisy.
Well, John, the NGOs alone. I mean, the NGOs, we got rid of a lot of those, okay? Not all of them, but we did get rid of many of them. That really hurt the Democrat Party. So what they're trying to do now, I think, is find other ways to get around that so they can still use the same type of resources, which is actually the taxpayers' money. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Well, and look at how they've handed out money to a lot of these NGOs in Minnesota. You saw the fraud that was going on there.
Oh, yeah.
California now, Nick Shirley, this independent, media guy, he's come out to California and he's identified hospice fraud, Medicaid fraud, in the hundreds of billions in California. It's like, they asked Willie Sutton, why did you rob banks? And he said, that's where the money is, right? California is there. Yeah. California spends $300 billion a year. And I'm here to tell you a good third or more of that is just total fraud and abuse and waste. And we've got to get leadership that's willing to identify that. That's why we need Hear the People, so that we can get political leaders that actually do what we want them to do and not just give in to the special interest groups.
All right. Boy, I don't know what to do first, Ken. What I want to say is what he was saying, and what you have is what he was saying. Well, let me do this real quick. Well, John, let me start by saying I don't know anything about anything, okay? But how much of the $38 trillion in debt that you just talked about is actually fraud?
A lot, sadly.
I'd say a majority.
Now, yeah, a good chunk of it. And, it's everywhere. There's feather bedding in the Defense Department. I mean, the president's asking for a $500 billion more for the Defense Department. But I'm here to tell you, a lot of these weapon systems and a lot of the contracting that gets done in the Defense Department is not done in our best interest. It's not done with a look at quality and cost and efficiency. Again, it circles back to have leaders in Congress as well as in the presidency who really care about cutting costs, improving quality, improving efficiency. I'm in the private sector, guys. I run an apartment building and construction business and management business. I have to watch every single penny. If I don't, my competitors will eat me alive.
Right.
That's not what's done in the public sector. And we are not going to make real headway on the problems of this country until we get people in office who have that kind of mindset. And Gavin Newsom is not one of those. He's a performance artist, a magician, a sleight-of-hand dealer. That's what my article is about, and I appreciate you guys highlighting it, and we're going to see a lot of this in the next couple of years now.
John Cox, he wrote a op-ed piece for The Hill about everything we're talking about right now. You brought up Nick Shirley, who is a journalist. I mean, he did more journalism in Minnesota, this one kid by himself, than the entire media. And now he's trying it in California, but guess what? Legislature is going to pass a law to criminalize Nick Shirley.
They just passed a bill that would practically outlaw Nick Shirley-style journalism by creating a chilling effect on people like him when they go expose fake hospice and daycare centers that use ghost or just non-existent clients. So here's the reality about this. If Nick Shirley were to go and record an employee or an owner of one of these fake operations under this bill that they just passed, he would be liable for a minimum of $4,000 in fines Plus, he would face a 4-year injunction where he would not be allowed to record this person, whether it's the owner or an employee who is a fraudster, because they don't want to be included on camera. And then on top of that, the fines could multiply up to 3 times that if he refuses to take down the video.
So, okay, John, let me get just a little background on this show, okay? We have been bitching and moaning about how the press lies every day. They don't tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And we have always way overdone it when we say we do not want to trample on the First Amendment, freedom of the press.
Right.
And now California's trampling all over the freedom of the press, not letting Nick Shirley do what is now his job.
Well, and that's Carl DeMaio, who's a good friend, and I know him what he's doing here, and he's trying to highlight this fraud. I got to tell you, you can see this recently, right just yesterday, with Swalwell. I mean, the press in California knew that Eric Swalwell was a scumbag, and he had this record of going after his staff, yet they covered it up. They covered it up until it was in their interest to highlight it. Now that we have a governor primary where the Democrats are dividing the vote and they got to get rid of some of them, they got to throw some overboard, so they throw him overboard. But they've been covering up this stuff. The people of Swalwell's district have had this guy representing him, even though he's a scumbag. You know, we need a free press. The First Amendment has to be respected, but we need people who are in the press who actually care about showing the truth. And again, that's only going to happen when we have political leaders that are accountable to the people, and we demand a free press. And that's not what's happening in California. And I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Let me tell you, we're gonna if you guys don't straighten up your act over there, we're gonna get a big giant saw like in the cartoons and just saw California off the states. John, we really appreciate you, and you're somebody that we would like to invite back sometime and have some more discussions about California's collapse.
Well, let's do that, and let's do something about Congress, which is a real major problem, and our national debt.
Yeah.
Your listeners can go to hearthepeople.org. They can see what I'm working on, and we desperately need better leadership in this country, guys, and I appreciate all you're doing.
Yeah, John, we got to post it on our stream right now, hearthepeople.org.
ORG, yep.
All right. John, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Great to be with you. Thanks.
Great to be with you. Great
Man,
to have
an
you
active day today. I'll tell you some.
You know what? No more California. That's it. I am putting my foot down, Ken. I don't want anything to do with California anymore.
No, we have our next guest.
What?
Drew's from California.
Oh my God. All right.
But it's been good.
No, I get it. I get it. John's on our side. The Italian lady was on our side.
Yeah, Elaine.
And they're in California, so.
Right.
All right, whatever.
Odds are Drew will be too.
11 o'clock, no California.
I don't know.
Don't tell me Tobler's live from California.
I don't think so. He would be on vacation then.
I need a break. We need to have some fun. We'll do that next.
All right.
1019 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
Bush.
As President Lincoln said,
What, do you ever cough due to cold?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
This is Tony Colombo, and my favorite Capriati sandwich is the cheesesteak made with American Wagyu beef from Snake River Farms, and you have to include a side of their amazing fries. I love Capriati's, and you will too.
Open 9 to 9 daily on Manchester and McKnight in Rock Hill.
Think you're just getting older? Stiff in the morning, low energy, aches that weren't there 5 years ago? Maybe. Or maybe it's your mattress. At Snooze Mattress and Wellness, we're locally owned and family owned, and we use advanced sleep technology to measure your pressure points and match you to the right mattress for your body. No fake sales, no guessing, no pressure. Just honest guidance and better sleep. Snooze Mattress and Wellness in Chesterfield. Sleep restored, life renewed.
Public schools, like public libraries, should be free and open to all.
Open enrollment allows parents to choose the school that's the best fit for their children. Maybe another school has a wider curriculum, is bigger or smaller. Maybe a kid is being bullied and would be more comfortable at another school. 75% of parents favor open enrollment. Open enrollment programs now exist in 43 states, and Missouri should join them. Our next-door neighbor, Kansas, has one of the strongest open enrollment policies in the nation. Kansas parents are trusted with choices and options, while Missouri parents must move out of their home to change public schools. And it's a trend. Nationwide, the percentage of students going to their chosen public school has steadily increased. Assigning kids to schools based on their zip code is the old way. Open enrollment is a better way. Learn more at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
Download the all-new NewstalkSTL app.
Love the all-new NewstalkSTL app.
On my way to work in the morning.
Usually I'm in the car.
I listen on the app in my car every morning going to work.
Download the NewstalkSTL app and listen anytime, anywhere.
Whoosh.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
She stood in the street, smiling from my head to her.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Weird how?
Weird.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
What this really means for me is last year my husband, he was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. During that time, I was able to take some time and take him to his appointments and, be there with him. But, as you know, going through treatment, even with insurance, you kind of break the bank. Over half of my amount that I earned last year were tips. And so that is an incredible amount. If you really want to break down the numbers, I probably saved probably $3,000 to $4,000 with not having to pay.
So that is a dasher, they call them. Do you ever do DoorDash?
I have once, but I don't regularly do it.
Were you looking down on people who do DoorDash?
Not at all.
I did once, but
I did one time.
Their lingo, their DoorDash's lingo, the person who brings you your food is your dasher.
I like it.
Dasher. So whenever Jess says, hey, can you pick up, some KFC or something on the way home? I'm saying, sure. So I texted her and I said, your handsome dasher is on the way. So the whole point of that was no tax on tips.
And that's grandma.
What does that mean?
That's the grandma DoorDash.
Yeah.
Or no, they call her the DoorDash grandma.
Right. And her husband has cancer, and she does DoorDash. Because before I get there, I'm sorry. I love the fact that she walks up to the Oval Office door, knocks on the door, and President Trump answers the door, which was set up, of course, but it just looks so fun.
Yeah, and that's it. Of course it was set up. I'm going to make a delivery to the White House. Oh, sure, go ahead.
It was right. And did you notice what she brought? Did you watch the video?
McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brought him Big Macs.
Right.
Of course. So listen.
And in fact, President Trump, he's like, this wasn't set up, was it?
Right. And he tipped her.
I'm sure.
Infinitely. I don't even know how much money it was, but I guarantee it was at least $1,000. She made at least $1,000.
You think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would think that.
So seriously, though, I want to talk seriously about something that she said there. Her husband has stage 3 cancer, and even with insurance, cancer will break the bank. Cancer treatments will break the bank.
Yeah.
I got news for you. KSDK did an article about this 20 years ago. Exact same topic. Even if you have good commercial insurance, some cancer treatments break the bank for many people.
Yep.
So with that in mind, I want you all to know, if I get some kind of crazy stage 3, stage 4 cancer, not getting it treated. Sorry. I'm not breaking my family for another year or two of crappy life anyway. Because it's done. I'm done. Right to hospice. If I have any kind of stage, any kind of cancer, inoperable, whatever they call it, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Well, that's very sad. I mean, No, I understand.
It's reality.
But
I can't.
then,
I'm not going to break my family. I'll
Vic,
be dead,
everybody's-
and I leave them in the poorhouse. No, thanks.
I've thought about it. I know. That is a very important topic you need to discuss with your families.
Oh, they know. They absolutely.
No. I know, but I mean, everybody really does.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had that conversation with my wife before, but I've thought about it.
And since my wife worked in hospice, I totally get hospice. More because I was ignorant, like most people are. By the way, ignorant does not equal stupid. It just means you don't know.
Right.
Ignorant to the fact that hospice doesn't mean you go there and you die. It's not what it means. A lot of people do go there towards the very, very end of their life. But hospice is about comfort, okay? So if you have the pain of cancer, hospice's job is not to treat that cancer, but to treat the symptoms of the pain to keep you comfortable. I know a woman, I think I said this just the other day. I know a woman who was on hospice for 7 years. That could be longer than you live after going through the cancer treatment, which, by the way, your hair falls out, you puke every 5 minutes. Who needs that?
Yeah, why? Yeah.
Plus the fact that you know you have cancer. And this is not a big death thing, okay?
No.
This is not a death wish. I'm just saying.
Look, for somebody who's gone through this, not personally, but my father died of cancer. He went through hospice. They operated on him. They cut him up. It was, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it.
Right.
But it was not a quality of life that he would have wanted.
Right.
As a person, I know my dad. Okay, and he would not have wanted to go through what he went through. And hospice made him comfortable, sure. But it was something that I don't know if he were to come back and say, "Let me try it again," and I don't know if he would have done the same thing. I don't know. That's a big question, Vic. It's something I've thought about, and it's an important question for a lot of people. You know, what would you do?
Yeah. I didn't mean to bring everybody down. I'm just saying.
No, but it's real. You know,
it is. It's life.
It's like when
life
they've got
is death.
Yeah, and you've got these people in Illinois. You know, they got that bill out there where I guess I don't even know if the
MAID bill,
where you can okay euthanizing yourself.
MAID. They call it MAID in Canada.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
MAID.
You know, I used to be completely 100% against that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
So, yeah, I'm against it too.
I'm
I'm against it too. But what I'm not against is an industry like hospice being there to make you comfortable before you die.
Oh, not at all.
Even if
they
it's
saved
7 years.
They saved my family.
Yeah.
They really did. They were there for weeks, and we couldn't have done it without them.
And keep
There's
in mind,
no way.
The whole reason I bring that up is because I know it sounded very drastic, but I don't want my kids living in the gutter and my wife living in the gutter.
No.
And I died anyway. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say something that probably it's crossed people's minds. I've talked about weapons and everything else. You know, I mean, you talk about you think about bullets. You know, what would I do? How would I do myself if I had to, but to save my family from that pressure, that problem, that being put out on the street because of me? It crosses your mind. Would I do that? I mean, these are questions that you have to ask yourself and be real, and then talk to your family about them.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that.
Well, that was a bummer.
So let me just put a little humor in here. We're talking about DoorDash. Sometimes when I have to get a bone, you know, when they go out, they get a bone.
Are you kidding for Sally?
Yeah, why?
You use DoorDash for your Sally bones.
She uses DogDash. Me. I got to bring the bone to her on the couch. Here's your dog. Here's your DogDash delivery.
You've created a new business.
DogDash.
A new industry.
DogDash.
You know how many people would use that?
I'm here to do it.
Vic, you could go around town and make millions. You know how psycho? My wife and I are psycho pet owners.
Right.
Okay, you are. You're worse than me.
Absolutely worse.
And you would use DogDash.
I would use
I need a DogDash. Sally Bones, you need, what do you want, buddy?
And Chino's a longtime customer of DogDash. Longtime customer. Sometimes, listen to this, so if I'm walking towards the couch, Jessica usually sits on the right side of the couch, and then Chino is always right next to her, never more than 2 feet away from her. So if I he's got to have the soft milk bones because he's got no teeth. His teeth are falling out. And so sometimes he doesn't even get up to come to me that close to get the bone. So I got to give it to Jessica, and she gives it to him. DogDash. Okay. Hey, by the way, Ken, you played Free All Right Now to bring this in.
Right.
Paul Rogers, who went on to be the lead singer of Bad Company. And I've said before that my friend Sal turned me on to so much great music, like Allison, I know. I'm sorry. We'll get to that during the chat box, but God, it's terrible. Anyway, Sal turned me on to Bad Company and ZZ Top and all these great songs. So this past Friday was the anniversary of the day that Sal died. Can you put Sal's picture up there?
I'm finding it. I'm looking for her right now.
That's not something you could do like in the next 2 seconds?
No.
Okay.
But I will put it up here after the break.
I just want everybody to see him. You hear me talk about him all the time.
I know.
I want to put a face to the legend. So anyway, Dog Dash. I don't own dogs. My dogs own me.
Right.
That's what it basically comes down to. You want to play number 5 or what?
Yep.
This was this morning? Yesterday morning, I guess. Yesterday morning on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Savannah Guthrie talking to someone I dislike so much. First of all, where did she come from? She is not a 20-year-old journalism grad. This lady looks older than me.
I think they said, hey, we need an economist that hates Trump.
But what about... Okay. I thought...
She's an economist.
Yeah. But where'd she come from?
I don't know.
Where did she been for 40 years? All of a sudden, she's a person on NBC, and they talk about her like she's just came out of the journalistic womb, you know?
You're right.
And I can't stand her. Anyway, sorry.
That'd be an ugly womb.
Don't like her. On the Today Show, yeah, okay, you can expect the tax refund, but of course, according to Christine Romans, there's a caveat.
And if you need a little motivation, how about this? For those expecting a refund, they are higher on average this year. NBC's senior business correspondent Christine Romans bringing us glad tidings of great
And
joy,
we need it.
a bigger refund. What do
And we
you? Why
need
are they
it.
bigger, and how much bigger?
We're talking about parents, seniors, homeowners, anybody who's like a gig worker who's got overtime and tips. Those are all the people who are going to get more money this year. So it's a big group of you out there. And we're talking about $3,400. That is the typical refund at this point. That's up about 11% from last year. So that is a good extra chunk of money.
Boy, we need it.
We need it. Oh.
Now, if she was really honest, Miss Economist,
Yeah.
Miss Christine, what's her name? Christine Romans. If she really wanted to be an honest journalism, she would have said, boy, we need it after Biden screwed up this country so bad. Right?
That's exactly right.
But she didn't say that,
That's
did
what
she?
happened.
God, they
We
suck.
went to 9.1% inflation during the Biden administration, not during the Trump administration. Our prices, the food prices went up 38% on average of all foods because of the Biden administration.
But she didn't say that.
Trump is trying to bring it down. Yes, it's up. It's up still. And I think that he needs to work on that now.
Yep.
But it was up there, brought up there because of the Biden administration period.
Right.
And she didn't say it, Vic. You're right.
Okay.
Makes me mad.
Keep a salad there?
Yes, I will.
When is it going to go up?
It's going to go up during the break here.
Okay.
All right, so let me start the music.
Yeah, could play the Free All right Now. Paul Rogers on vocals.
And dogdash.com, by the way.
Dogdash.com.
It's taken.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Who did that?
I don't know, but I went to my source, and it's taken.
Bitches. So. There goes another entrepreneurial
I know you tried,
plan
though. You did try on the air live. Somebody might have even just taken it just now.
So no more California, right? Today? No.
No, we've got Drew.
Oh, Drew Allen's in California.
Yeah, he is.
So we're going to continue on with California.
California-centric today on the Vic Porcelli Show.
1019 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
How dare you?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Whoosh.
News, analysis, opinion.
You know, they're literally taking the Constitution and putting it in a paper shredder.
News Talk STL.
Tony Colombo here for Gutter Pros and Exteriors, your all-in-one service team that brings years of experience and quality that's affordable right to your doorstep. Christine and I discovered Gutter Pros and Exteriors when we bought our home and inherited a gutter problem. And they've also repaired siding damage on our home because along with gutter repair, gutter installation, and leaf protection, the Gutter Pros team are also the best for repairing other exterior damage, including fascia, soffit, and all siding repair and installation. Learn about all the ways Gutter Pros and Exteriors can help your home or business right now at gutterpros.com.
Missouri's laws are clear. Unregulated gaming devices are illegal. Companies have been telling businesses that gray market machines are legal. That's wrong. Don't be scammed. If you have these devices at your business, you could be subject to criminal and civil penalties. Unplug and remove these devices today.
If you've been approached to host illegal gaming machines, call now. 800-523-1434 or visit ago.mo.gov. Sponsored by the Attorney General's Office.
Hi, this is Mark Harder with RE/MAX Results, the region's largest RE/MAX real estate brokerage. It is cold outside, but the real estate market is hot. This is a great time to buy or sell a home. Interest rates are also declining, which gives you more buying power. Someday is not a day on the calendar, but today is. Call me at 314-852-8933 for a free custom home buying plan. 314-852-8933.
Fox News commentary with Johnny Joey Jones. Next.
Most investments today feel like second jobs. Real estate, you're a landlord. Stocks, you're a day trader. Crypto, you're a full-time researcher. You've got a life to live. Your investment should help you live it. That's why more Americans are choosing gold. Noble Gold has helped thousands protect their future with real physical gold. Visit NobleGoldInvestments.com to get your free wealth protection kit. That's NobleGoldInvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Here's Johnny Joey Jones on Senator Tammy Duckworth demanding the TSA reverses its shoe-on policy.
TSA doesn't detect everything that comes through there. The fact that they could detect it is a deterrence. That's what makes it effective. As a guy that was a bomb tech, I know for a fact how to get things through there. But you have multiple sets of eyes. They're watching your demeanor. They're watching how you act. There's a whole calculus that goes into it. This is just one part of that. That's why we do TSA screening. I'm not against TSA screening, but use some common sense and don't make it so incredibly difficult for people, not unlike myself and Tammy Duckworth, to get through there. The fact that she's making a big deal out of this blows my mind because she, before anyone else, should understand this. She loves to talk about her military career, loves to talk about that she lost her legs. Those two things together should give her some common sense on this, and it's an absolute shame that this is what she's choosing to raise a stink about.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Colombo and Company.
On Tuesday, we'll get you the latest on Trump's negotiations with Iran and the Swalwell investigation, plus the latest news coming from the Supreme Court when we talk to Susie Moore at 3:05.
Live and local, weekdays at 2 on NewstalkSTL. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hi, this is Yakov Smirnov, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on Vic Porcelli Show on the Newstalk STL.
What a country. Thank you, Yakov. Oh, Ken, thanks. Okay. If you're on the stream, you'll see me over there on the top left, Ken, bottom left, then the Freedom Fighter cartoon, Sally, Whoosh with the cat in the hat, one day, one ballot, one vote to save America, and that's not Nico, that is...
That's the Roo Dog,
I'm
man.
sorry,
That's Rudy.
Rudy. And then all the way to the right is my friend Sal, dressed in a tuxedo. I guess that was prom night, maybe. 1976, 50 years ago. And he died. Friday was the anniversary of the day he died. He may be on the Opal, by the way, Ken. No, okay. He died. Friday was the anniversary of the day he died in 2013. I was saddened, and I hate to say not shocked, because he didn't take care of himself. Not that I do, but he was a good dude. And you look at him, you look at that face, Ken. Now you know why when we went down the shore, he was the first one to get a girl.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Oh, yeah, he's totally cool.
Totally cool and handsome. And he was like Mr. Freeze. He always liked the cold. If we were out in the middle of the winter and he was driving, when you're driving, you get control of the windows.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they're up or not. When we went out, I had a coat on, freezing, and he's in a T-shirt. Is it with the window open? I'm like, Sally, I'm freezing. I'm going to put it up for you, big baby. Salvatore Anthony Mastroni. Think that's Italian?
A little bit.
All right, let's talk to Drew. This is it, though. Last California thing.
Last one.
Of the Drew Allen Show podcast.
It's people who love this country and respect freedom and want to preserve it for the future. You know, it really shouldn't be political.
Amico mio, come stai?
Ciao, buongiorno, Ciccio. Sono molto contento.
Tutta così e sono buono. Good morning, Drew. How are you?
Hey, good. Good morning.
So, we've been very California-centric today.
Very.
I know. We had. Did you ever hear of Elaine Culotti?
I do. I know her.
How about that? She's going to run for governor in your piece of stuff state. John Cox. You know John Cox?
Uh-huh.
He wrote an op-ed today all about California. And now you. I'm done. You're it. You're the last California representative on this show today.
And the reason, Drew, is because we have, California is going to impact things that are happening there are going to impact our country, our whole country.
Well, it is. I mean, even the Swalwell stuff has national implications with what it means for other members of Congress and what they knew and what they've done. So, that's the reality. It's always okay, I think, in different markets to talk about California because it does resonate, whether you want it to or not, with other people.
So Swalwell resigned, and we're like, yippee, yay, baby. But what it did was give more polling points to Katie Porter, I think.
Yeah. I thought that, Katie Porter, I saw a poll though, and Tom Steyer, who's a billionaire who made his fortune off of fossil fuels, but now supports green energy and no fossil fuels for the rest of us in California. He, in one poll, went to the top. So, we'll see what happens. There's not any cohesion with the Democrat Party still. It's been a couple days since he dropped out of the governor's race. But all the options are terrible. I mean, in fact, one of the things I've been thinking about and pushing is that, while Swalwell obviously has allegedly a lot of victims in his midst of, sexual assault and so on and so forth, what about the victims of California under Democrat rule? These aren't statistics either. The people that have been forced to flee, the business is shuttered, the rocketing, the impossibility of owning a home in this state, energy costs. I mean, all of it is damaging. So, California is the victim of Democrats, and I think that every one of these Democrats running should drop out.
But they're not gonna. They think it's our fault. Everything's Trump's fault. It's our fault. But I just don't understand. Is Steve Hilton in the picture at all? I mean, I thought he would have jumped up.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed. I mean, look, it depends on I just kind of glanced at these polls. I don't know who they polled or how many people or if they're reliable, but one poll showed Tom Steyer a percentage or two above Steve Hilton, but Steve Hilton was leading the pack. And so, I mean, what people have to understand about California is, again, it's a jungle primary, and what that means is the top two individuals in the primary, right, coming up on June 2nd, they're the ones who advance to the ballot. So the Democrats actually passed this and turned it into a jungle primary, I believe, in 2010. And the purpose was because they figured in this state there would never be a Republican ever elected because only Democrats would be on the ballot. So you wouldn't even be able to vote for Republican. But in this particular instance, it was backfiring, and it looked like it was possible that there could be no Democrats on the ballot. So there could only be a Republican choice for governor. And, California is a very influential and corrupt state. And Democrats were willing to do anything necessary to protect and keep this run by Democrats. And so that was the first suggestion or understanding about why they blew up Swalwell in the way he did, because it wasn't Republicans that did this. It was his own party that threw him under the bus. And of course, we know that they've known about his kind of sexual appetite and behaviors for a decade. And Nancy Pelosi, she helped create this monster. A lot of them, and they all just look the other way. And I think there's more to this story. I mean, I think it's true that they did this to protect their ability to run California in the future. But I think it's more than that. I think that he's a sacrificial lamb. I think that Swalwell is just the tip of the iceberg. My question is, how many Swalwells are in Congress?
Oh, I'd say there are probably, I would say, at least half the Democrat Party. You know why? Because they don't care about the American people. All they care about is power. They don't care about what these people are going to do for the American people. You look at them when you say that, and they say, no, it's about power. We need to be in control so we can get rid of Trump. I mean, that's their whole goal here. They have nothing to contribute to the American people. We were talking about to Elaine Culotti earlier. She's independent running for governor in California, Drew. And she has actually a compelling argument where independents are going to start winning because, they have one party right now in California, and they need to develop the independents now because the Republicans aren't even existent there hardly anymore.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that maybe she can be useful in offsetting what the Democrats have pulled off by getting rid of Swalwell, right? I think that hopefully there's a surge of interest in Elaine. She's certainly a much better alternative than the Democrats that are destroying the state, and she's very astute. Look, I think you have to be realistic about some of these blue states as well. I want, the most conservative, if I had to have like a Trump creation, a Trump, what's the word I'm trying to think of? A copy of Trump running California. But the reality is, Trump probably couldn't win California, right? It is a blue state, and we have to be realistic about things too. And so, I just support removing Democrats from power.
Yeah.
Now Elaine, and since you brought her up, let's talk about her for another second here. She is not running as a Republican or a Democrat, or she's running as an independent, specifically no party preference. So, do you think she can be trusted to do that?
I've talked to her some. I think that. Yeah. Absolutely. She's definitely a good person. She's an entrepreneur. She's been successful. Is she as conservative as me? No, but that wouldn't make her a bad governor of California.
No, I get it.
I'd like to see Steve Hilton, win. But again, I look at the long-term agenda and plan, and we've just got to make sure that the current Democrat Party just eventually can never win here again.
We're talking to Drew Thomas Allen, his new book. That's what I was trying to say to you.
Oh,
books. Look at my lips.
Books.
Book. Clinton Hoax, Obama Coup by Drew Thomas Allen. So while because now it's all coming out, Drew, that yes, they did try to rig the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election. What in your book is happening right now? What am I trying to say?
Yeah.
The thing, is that the right way to say it?
I like that, yeah.
Well, it's a prelude to everything that came before. They got away with Trump-Russia collusion. They weren't successful in terms of preventing Trump from being president, and they weren't successful in eventually impeaching him. But they did bog down his presidency, and there was never accountability. But the Trump-Russia collusion thing feeds right into what Tulsi Gabbard has now declassified, which is the first impeachment over the Zelensky phone call. It was a political hit job that wasn't based in fact, just like Trump-Russia collusion wasn't based in fact. And so with Trump-Russia collusion, though, in my book, I really clean the picture up and show you how the deep state operates and show you how they put this hoax together, how they orchestrated it. And the same thing they did with Trump-Russia collusion, they effectively did with the impeachment over the Zelensky phone call. So it's important to understand this and who the players are, because the players don't tend to change. That's what the deep state is. It's the permanent ruling class.
So Adam Schiff, we're learning now everything he said about having, I have evidence, Didn't he break some kind of law or at least violation of being a representative for his conduct during that whole thing?
Yeah, so much so he became senator.
Yeah, that's right. He was rewarded for it.
Right.
Look, I mean, all these people at a minimum, they went out and lied, right, to the media. Unfortunately, telling a lie in itself, I heard Rick Grinnell explain it one time at a speech he gave. And, it's that, unfortunately, lying on CNN isn't a crime. It's not prosecutable, but there are other things in there that are prosecutable, I believe, especially the conspiracy, right? And this is what we should have looked in to begin with. We should have been subpoenaing records and emails and so on and so forth that would show the coordinated effort by people like Adam Schiff to basically do what remember after Benghazi, you had Susan Rice go out on the 5 Sunday shows and lie to the American people and say that it wasn't a premeditated terrorist attack. It was a spontaneous protest over an anti-Islam video. But that order had come from the Obama White House, Obama himself and his aides. And they had told the CIA to scrub the talking points. So they politicized and corrupted the CIA and the intelligence community to protect and shield Obama during his reelection. And so the same thing's happening here. I mean, imagine you have all these Democrats at the highest levels and others in government that are sitting there behind the scenes in meetings using taxpayer dollars. We're paying their salaries. And they are sitting there formulating plans on how to get rid of the elected president.
What we need to change the law, because they're all protected up there, right? When they're on a committee and it's a committee hearing, they're all protected and they can't be prosecuted for anything that they say that may be untrue. Isn't it time to change that? Why is that there anyway? Why have we given them a way out to lie? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Well, many of these people have committed prosecutable crimes in the sense that, they've lied under oath, right? They've testified under oath and they've lied. And but we never have the backbone of the spine to go after these people. John Brennan, all the people involved in the Trump-Russia collusion committed that very crime. You can put somebody in prison for that. They should go to prison for that for a long time.
Yeah, we've had our perjury is not a thing anymore discussion earlier in the week. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Drew. Go ahead.
No. I mean, it's a great point. I mean, look, you can look back to, because some people we view as too big to prosecute. Go back to Bill Clinton. He perjured himself in front of a grand jury about his relationship with Monica Lewinsky. But he was president, so he was let off the hook.
Yeah.
And that's true of every single office. It's like if you're a government official, whether you're president or some city council member, it's like, oh, well, you work for the government, so you're untouchable. No, you people should actually be held to a higher standard. The penalty should be double what it is for me.
Right. I mean, they let him get away with it. They almost got him. They were close. But
wait
a minute. They almost got him, but they were close, but no cigar. That's all I wanted to do is get my joke out. Just let me get my jokes out sometime. Now, what did he say that I should have heard?
Well, I like the cigar one. I forgot. No, what Drew said. What did you just say at the very end there, Drew?
Well, I mean, I said that the penalty for these people should be twice what it is for me.
Exactly, Vic. That's the whole point. These people are governing. They're leading. They're supposed to be representing us, so they should be held to a higher standard. Yet they're held to a lower standard.
We could have had the conversation after my joke.
Okay, all right.
He hates my jokes. I swear to God, he hates them so much that he interrupts me. So I can't get my joke because he hates my joke. Because that was a pretty good joke. They almost got him. We're close, but no cigar. Okay.
Abbott and Costello.
That's right. All right. Clinton, hoax, Obama, coup. What's the subtitle of this book? Sometimes the subtitles are longer. Well, they're always long. The Declassified
Story of the Trump-Russia Delusion.
Right.
There you go.
All right. So how are things at the Daily Signal? It's fun, right?
Yep. It's great. It's great. I love them. They're amazing over there, and they are really focused on doing the job of journalists. So it's good to see how the sausage is made now on that side. I've seen a lot of this industry, but now I'm seeing a new one.
That's great.
A well-rounded man I'm becoming.
We're related now, right? We got Tony Kinnett, we have Rob Bluey, we have you from the Daily Signal. We're kind of like brothers. All right, Drew, have a great week. Thank you so much. Take care of your state, will you? For God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm trying, man.
All right, baby. Drew Thomas Allen. That's
See you,
it.
Drew.
No more California.
None.
No more California. Tobler's in Missouri, I hope.
He is.
Hey, it's Susie Moore. If new flooring makes you think hassle, think again, because Michael's Flooring is changing the game. For over 30 years, Michaels has been locally owned and trusted for quality, variety, and amazing service. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, or ceramic tile, their expert team makes installing new floors exciting, not stressful. That's why customers keep coming back. Visit Michaels Flooring at St. Peter's, Starting Prairie, Creve Coeur, or online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com.
Hey, it's Chris Arps. Becky and I recently discovered a restaurant that's quickly become one of our go-to restaurants, Timothy's in Creve Coeur. Led by executive chef Will Mabry, Timothy's serves contemporary American cuisine with a touch of Southern charm. Dishes like pastrami, smoked lamb, and shrimp and grits. My wife absolutely loved the lobster pot pie, and everything we've tried has been incredible. Amazing house-made desserts and over 500 wines to choose from. Enjoy dinner 7 nights a week, plus lunch, brunch, and private events. Timothy's in Creve Coeur at 12710 Olive Boulevard or online at timothysstl.com.
This year, America turns 250, and NewstalkSTL is celebrating our nation's semi-quincentennial all year long. NewstalkSTL, #1 for live and local Soros-free talk, with proud supporters of our 250th birthday celebration. Doghouse Bar and Grill, Augusta Chamber of Commerce, and Ruthie's Family Restaurant. 250 years strong, and we're just getting started. 101.9 and 94.1 NewstalkSTL.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefontaine, KNBS Bowling Green.
This is NewstalkSTL at 101.9, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Tensions are still running high between the U.S. and Iran, and at the heart of the conflict, hostilities over the Strait of Hormuz.
The standoff between the U.S. and Iran has deepened as Washington's declared it had blockaded Iran's ports, and Iran is threatening to strike targets across the region. Pakistan says officials are racing to bring the sides together again for more talks. Though last week's ceasefire is appearing to hold, the showdown over the Strait of Hormuz has risked reigniting hostilities and deepening the region-wide war's economic fallout. I'm Charles Ledesma.
U.S. wholesale prices surged last month as the Iran war drove up the cost of energy. Here's Bernie Bennett with more details.
The Labor Department reported Tuesday that its producer price index, which measures inflation before it hits consumers, rose 0.5% from February and 4% from March of 2025. The year-over-year gains was the biggest in more than 3 years. Energy prices surged 8.5% from February. Excluding volatile food and energy prices, so-called core producer prices rose a modest 0.1% from February. And
that is Bernie Bennett reporting. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 300 points, the Nasdaq up 367 at this hour. Despite promised tax relief, most Americans still think they're being forced to pay too much to the tax man.
Tax refunds are up this season, but according to a Fox News poll, about 7 in 10 registered voters still say their taxes are too high. That's up from about 6 in 10 last year. Even with the expectation that many households will see more income from the Republicans' tax legislation, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that that legislation will ultimately largely benefit the richest Americans. Polling shows that many Americans may not be feeling those benefits, with their tax refunds being eaten up by higher prices as the U.S. experiences a spike in inflation. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medishare. That's right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medishare and your health care bills?
You know what? It was seamless, and that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems, and let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in, and it's just what you need. It's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medishare and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medishare. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 844-94-BIBLE. That's 844-94-BIBLE. 844-94-BIBLE.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
We've been here 30 years.
30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
Hi, I'm Jen Wallner.
And I'm Rodney Wallner with the Wallner Home Selling Team at Berkshire Hathaway.
Hey, Rodney, how do you sell your home for top dollar?
That's easy. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
What if I want a flexible commission rate?
Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
When's the best time to sell your home?
Right now. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
For all your real estate needs, call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
That's 314-810-SOLD.
What if your child's education went beyond test scores, fostering a life of cheerful virtue and the pursuit of excellence as a gift returned to God? At the St. Austin School, Catholic and classical education come together. No tablets or laptops in the classroom. A 12-to-1 student-teacher ratio. Our students successfully compete and lead at their choice of top high schools in St. Louis. Learn more at staustinschool.org. That's staustinschool.org.
This hour, The Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of The Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to The Vic Porcelli Show.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, two behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
All righty. Final hour of the show. Our 3-hour tour, courtesy of Ken Williams. You know, there's so much stuff going on here at the station. May I read a couple of things?
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Join Missouri Right to Life and Newstalk STL for the Make Missouri Pro-Life Again banquet Wednesday, May 20th at the St. Charles Convention Center. Keynote speaker, Riley Gaines. Love her. Get information at newstalkstl.com. Doctor's in, I believe.
The Dr. Randy Tobler update is brought to you by Advanced Dentistry of St. Charles. Learn more about Drs. Omas and Cusimano and their team by visiting advanceddenistrynow.com.
I don't know. We've really had that looked at.
Randy Tobler.
You guys are ahead of the curve. You probably took your masks off a couple weeks before the CDC said it was okay.
Now, Dr. Randy Tobler.
What's up, Doc?
Good morning, Dr. Randy Tobler.
Hey, good morning to you. How are things going, Mr. Vic?
We're good.
What's going on, brother?
Every time I hear your thing there in Dr. Cusimano, I don't know if you remember, but in The Sopranos, Tony's next-door neighbor was Dr. Cusimano.
Yeah, I probably didn't use anesthesia when he took teeth out.
This won't hurt a bit. All right, listen, we were talking about a touchy subject just a little while ago, and I just want to get your thoughts on it. And I saw a report on this on local news, I think it was KSDK, that cancer, if you get cancer treatment, even with commercial insurance, good commercial insurance, can break the bank, can break a family's bank. So I said, if I ever got some kind of inoperable cancer or whatever, or if I get stage whatever cancer, I'm not going to get treatment because I'm not going to make my family live in the street for a couple of more years. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to go right to hospice. Is that a stupid way to think?
I don't know if it's a stupid way of thinking. It probably depends on the cancer and the likelihood of, a complete remission or, the length of a remission. I mean, if you're going to get, I sometimes am concerned when I see these TV ads. And again, I not being in that position, it's hard to know. But some of these highfalutin cancer drugs like lung cancer and breast cancer and stuff, they may extend life by, 3 or 4 months. It doesn't speak to the quality of that life and the expense related to it. And I think that's of course an individual and a family decision, probably, where you have some serious, deep discussions. But those are the kind of discussions people are having, no doubt.
Yeah, Dr. Tobler, that's what we were talking about, quality of life. My father, they expected him to live 6 months. He made it out to little over 2 years. But the quality of life wasn't that great, I don't think. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know if he would come back and say, let's do that again just the same way or not.
Yeah. I don't know. These are tough questions, but, there's no doubt that a lot of times there's problems with treatment decisions that are requested versus those that are benefits on a given insurance plan. A lot of people have high deductibles, and then they may have co-insurance on top of it, which often has a limit. But I mean, if you got a deductible of $5 or $10 grand, and then you've got maybe a 20% copay up to a out-of-pocket maximum of $50,000 or $100,000 or whatever, that's a bank breaker for, I think, the majority of people, right?
Right. I know it'd be a bank breaker for us, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, right?
And it sounds like, Vic, you're so insensitive. Aren't you thinking about your family? Yeah, it's exactly who I'm thinking about. First of all, we break them. Then they watch me puke every 10 minutes and lose all my hair. Who wants to be remembered like that?
Well, I like losing hair, but,
And I don't have to worry about the hair loss part. I already got that covered.
You guys are just jealous, I know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep. But do you know what I'm saying, though, Dr. Tobler?
No, I get it. I think that, that's an interesting dynamic. I think that the family, it's probably, there's a lot of unsaid things that probably should be said. And I think that's where a lot of the new cancer directions are much more about being transparent and being open about things. I think a lot of family members probably are very cautious about saying, hey, how's your quality of life, dear family member? How are you doing? Is this really something because then it sounds like, you just wanted to shuffle old Vic off to Buffalo so that the old Terrence can come, But that's not what people are meaning.
Right, of course.
They want what's best for the patient, and the patient ultimately defines what's best for them. And in some cases, it's I want to do everything. I don't care, but I just want to live long because my family wants me to live long. Whatever, these are very difficult decisions. That's why I think that we don't do a very good job sometimes in cancer care, like we don't do a good job in every other kind of ancillary care or main, the primary care. And that's the mental health aspects of that. Chronic disease, I think the most common chronic disease that I deal with that results in depression is chronic pain, back pain, for instance, or, you name it, the orthopedic pain, headaches and other things that are chronic, painful type things. Man, it's rare that depression doesn't accompany that, but do we really address that effectively? I think we're always so hell-bent on, addressing the primary problem that sometimes the others can fall through the cracks. And if you need additional help with mental health, professionals, you can't find them. It's hard to find one. It's very difficult to get access.
So cancer care, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be a big cynic right here, Dr. Tobler. I apologize.
Well,
but Big Pharma is never working on a cancer cure because every dead patient is another customer lost.
I don't think that's true.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Big Pharma has plenty of turkeys in the field. Turkey season is nigh upon us, Yeah. Plenty of turkeys out there to shoot, right? They've got plenty of targets that they can direct research and development towards. So I don't think that's true. There's always some new horizon. And now with personalized medicine, I think that's going to really demand pharma. I mean, they're already doing it with cancers where they can personalize the signature on a cancer with the testing and then, develop very targeted, agents for that. And I think that's going to accrue to everything else. We're finding out now that there's a report out the other day that the reason some people don't respond as well to the GLP-1 drugs, the Wegovy's of the world and the Ozempics, is because they have some kind of a defect in the receptor for those various hormones, right? So as we learn that, okay, what can we do to do an end around that, or find an alternative agent? And I think those are the kind of big. Lord knows there's a much bigger market out there for overweight and obesity and diabetes and hypertension and what we call metabolic syndrome, which really encompasses most of those things, than cancer. I mean, cancer, yes, but as far as the number of people and the size of the market, that is a big, big market, and they're continuing to try to attack that.
All right, let's move on to something else, like bombing Iran. What do you think?
I think I'm hoping that the Iranians don't try to just barge through, no pun intended, the blockade, because it may create a kinetic problem. I'm hoping they honor that. I read the other day that it's going to cost them something like, I thought it was like $13 billion a month or something ridiculous if they're not getting their oil out. And, on the other hand, they're not getting their imports in. It's going to be disastrous for their economy. And you'd hope at some point, with what could be a brilliant move, remove their defenses from the Straits and then go in and blockade, and cripple their economy, and then, give the green light to the people in the streets to take back their country. Would that not be a beautiful thing without many, if any, bombs further having to be dropped? I would love that.
And I think it's like $200 million a day. And you're right, but that's a strategy, Dr. Tobler, that's been used in military strategy since the beginning of time.
I thought we were playing Risk there for a minute.
No, exactly right, Vic. In World War II alone, they choked off. They were trying to choke off the Russians, and the Russians actually choked off the Germans. So what happened? They lost. They had to retreat.
I mean, you gotta really. I've got to hand it to Trump with this move, because someone asked the other day, well, why didn't he do the blockade earlier? Well, that wouldn't have worked out very well. You'd have seen missiles coming from the coastal missile launchers and from cargo. I mean, it would have been a disaster area. So you clear that out, and he took some heat, and the Europeans and knuckleheads. I mean, he's like the guy that locks the door to the Ritz-Carlton, and then he goes and does a costume change and puts on the red coat and the top hat, and now he's opening up for everyone. Yeah, come on through with your boats there.
Right.
The Europeans are so stupid. I swear to God. The EU and NATO, when you guys need help, what, you got to come running to us now?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the way. Look. There's a lot of rhetoric, as you know, I don't like about Trump, but there's a ton of it I do like. And when he's like, "What are you're late to the game?" Yeah, you pansies. He didn't use that word. He should have.
Right.
You pansies. You don't want to doing the heavy lifting. It's like the people that don't do anything in preparing the big after church Sunday meal. And then when it's done, they clean up their table's plates and throw them in the trash can. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I did a lot of. Well, I helped. I probably offended a lot of people there, didn't I? But where were they when the heavy lifting was needed? They were nowhere to be seen, and now suddenly, that they're offering a little bit of help. It's preposterous.
And Dr. Tobler, it's such a bad look for Europe. I mean, think about that for a second. Let me ask your opinion about that, I guess. After this is all done and the Straits open, and because it's going to be, and the economy starts roaring again, because it will, and the stock market's going up and all that, what do you think President Trump, his reaction is going to be towards NATO and the European Union and all that?
Well, I think he's already taken a fairly hard line with their defense support and contributing to it. I think it's going to be that or more going forward. And I hope during his term they need some serious material help. I mean, I don't wish anything bad on Europe, but I hope something happens. I hope there's some maybe some saber rattling from Putin.
Yeah.
And man, we would probably never know about it. Well, with Trump you might, but man, wouldn't you just love that scenario? Putin starts knocking on the door, starts saber rattling, threatening. And behind closed doors, he's getting calls from Macron and Keir Starmer, and he just comes out and says, what are you guys talking about?
It's not our war.
We'll help you once you fight your war. Once you fight your war, we'll help. Yeah, we'll help. We'll help supply some ammo. Well, after you've shot all yourself.
Europe has a little Islamic problem.
Oh, big time, yeah.
And that's the problem. I mean, think about it. It's like the Democrat Party. Any moderate in the Democrat Party, like a Harold Ford now, who's actually a pretty reasonable Democrat. He's a Clinton, Kennedy Democrat, really, for all practical purposes. Why do you think he's on Fox on the 5? He's not. You don't see him running for office. And I think that's the dilemma that the Europeans are in now. They have so much Islamic influence domestically. They've got to be careful about aiding anything that is anti-Arab, whether it's anti-Iranian or not. They're in a tough position now.
So do you think that Keir Starmer and his decision to not help and their decision, the Parliament to not help, is influenced by the 20% Islamic people that live there now?
Yeah, because a 20% Islamic in terms of their capacity for militancy and violence is like a 60% majority of peace-loving people.
Wow.
Right? I mean, I think they're a much more volatile, demonstrative, and militant group. So, yeah, I think, the squeaky and the deadly wheel might get oiled a little more.
I think Harold is a great addition to the Five. I wish it were him every day so I didn't have to watch Jessica Tarloff any day. And my favorite thing is when Greg says, "In your face, Harold," and he'll do something about somebody named Ford or something named Harold. What a great show it is, right?
Harold, I mean, boy, my worst nightmare is Harold running for some major national office. The guy really has a lot of credibility. He speaks slowly and measured, and a lot of things he says makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's the slowly and measured part that I love about him. He never gets loud, never uses any bad words. He'll say, "I respectfully disagree," and I just like him. In your face, Harold.
Yeah. Sort of like us. He never yells and loud.
I never do. I never yell. Don't you accuse me of yelling.
No, not Vic.
And the Five also has
no rants here on NewstalkSTL.
Right. Never on this show. And the Five has the best, well, besides us, the best opening when they say it's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is the Five. That's just a cool thing that I love to hear. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like
I'm listening to every word Vic Porcelli is saying right now.
It would be a good idea for the Democrats to learn a little bit from Harold Ford.
That's right.
The guy could really bring that party back into a reasonable and respected place. They need that. God knows if they need that.
It took me a long time to realize that he was black, by the way.
Really? I knew that.
Oh, did you? You know everything? Is that what it is? I'm Dr. Tobler. I know everything.
Wasn't that his calling card? I thought for a while wasn't he a rising star in the party? I don't know what happened.
I never even.
But we don't equate that. It's like,
wait a minute. I never even heard of him before the Five. Okay, I didn't follow all this stuff so closely like you guys did before I got this job.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like,
yeah,
and then I was like, oh my God! I said to my wife, Harold's black. Holy cow! I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you had a moderate black man speaking truth and peace, and in a way that I think resonates with a lot of everyday people.
I agree.
Where he congressman? Where was he? Tennessee? I forget where. But I mean, then all of a sudden he just went off the radar. I don't know what happened.
In your face, Harold.
Well, his party left him. Party left
him. Absolutely. All right, we got to run, Dr. Tobler, 6 to 9 o'clock every Saturday morning, every morning on the Eagle in Columbia. Always enjoy our conversations, Dr. Tobler.
Me too.
Right on.
The next one.
All right.
Take care, Dr.
Until we
Tobler.
fight next week.
Yeah, really.
No, we didn't fight at all. But
no.
I think we're on board with a lot of stuff. Here we go on News Talk STL. Say you want to revolution. Well, you know,
we all want to change the world. Follow us on Rumble at NewstalkSTL. Tell me that it's evolution. Well, you know. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Turbocharge turbocharge the emerging global clean energy economy. So thank you all. God bless you all. Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
On News Talk STL. This is 101.9 and 94.1.
I have to tell you, if this is how they're going to behave, I'm rethinking my position.
News Talk STL.
Looking for a great place to play golf and host your next event? Sugar Creek Golf Course in High Ridge is more than just exceptional golf. Our clubhouse is the perfect spot for private parties, family get-togethers, and unforgettable celebrations. Make your special day even better with our welcoming atmosphere and outstanding service. Visit sugarcreekgolfcourse.com for more information. That's sugarcreekgolfcourse.com, where great golf and great memories meet. sugarcreekgolfcourse.com.
Now, the Free Market Minute, brought to you by the Hammond Institute for Free Enterprise at Lindenwood University.
Hey, it's Mike Ferguson from The Morning Show, and I'm here with Dr. Grant Black. And Grant, does having more economic freedom make a difference in people's lives, such as maybe helping reduce poverty?
It definitely makes a difference. Economic freedom is critical for fostering well-being and prosperity. It enables people to make their own choices and pursue their own interest, like choosing careers, starting businesses, and innovating to make the world better. It thrives in environments that empower people, promote competition, and protect property rights, all while being supported by limited and healthy government. Economic freedom is a catalyst for generating higher incomes, greater wealth, more opportunities, better access to education, and improved health at all levels of society. It makes a difference.
The John W. Hammond Institute for Free Enterprise at Lindenwood University fosters and examines market-oriented approaches to economic and social issues. To learn more, visit hammondinstitute.org.
You talk about race relations.
This conversation has completely made me crazy.
This is complete insanity.
And I'm sick and tired of it.
1019 and 94.1.
I find it to be a conversation starter.
News Talk STL.
Whoosh.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken.
Oh, what's wrong with you? It's either this show or indigestion. I hope it's indigestion. What? It'll get better in a little while.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
You know, I got a chance to see Aerosmith. And by the way, warm-up act was Ted Nugent. That was
sweet.
Guitar action-packed show.
Yeah, man.
And Aerosmith, in their set, did Red House, the Jimi Hendrix song Red House.
Oh.
Blues. I can't do it. Can you bring this down? Because I can't do it. One melody wasn't. There's a red house over yonder. It's where my baby stays. I was like, wow, you guys are doing Jimi Hendrix. Not just doing Jimi Hendrix, doing a blues song.
Yeah, I can see. But see, Steven Tyler and the guitar player, everybody in that band has soulful, bluesy backgrounds.
Yep.
So I could see where that would be.
Do you know the song Big 10 Inch?
Yeah.
Big 10 Inch record?
Yeah.
That was a remake.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, let's take out your Big 10 Inch record. Man, this plays the blues. All right, Kenny. There's a piece of audio that we have to listen to here, but we have to hop into the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, let me get that thing cranked up here. I'm kind of out of position for that, but I got to make sure because you don't want to go back in time the wrong way.
Well, yeah, and you got to set the dials before you start it up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we sent the Wayback Machine to the garage. It was in the shop. Is that how you say it? It was in the shop?
In the shop, in the
shop.
time machine shop.
In the time machine shop. So can you set the dials to 2021, Ken?
Okay, let me reach over here.
All right, reach over there and let's get it going.
Okay, we got it.
Oh, yeah, sounds great. Wow, look at that engine hum. All right, here we are in 2021. Wow, it looks very different, Ken.
Very.
In 2026.
I hate it.
My God.
I hate it.
Inflation. Okay. So when you ask Kamala Harris to explain anything beyond Willie Brown, it's going to be tough to listen to.
Really is. Just think of her holding her hands next, or like holding her hands out like she's holding a loaf of bread,
right,
while she's talking. Think about that.
All right, 2021 Kamala Harris on inflation.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this.
Stop.
Prices.
I know.
Stop.
I know. I know.
Let's start with prices. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's true though, because she's holding her hands out. She's like, let's start with this thing in my hand.
So that's the distraction from don't listen to what I'm saying. Just watch my hands.
I don't know what I'm holding, but
Well, let's start with this.
This thing right here.
Prices have gone up.
Listen to this.
And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously, very seriously. And we know from the history of this issue in the United States that when you see these prices go up, it has a direct impact on the quality of life for all people in our country. So it's a big issue, and we take it seriously. And it is a priority, therefore.
Can we remember what the question was?
How are you going to deal with inflation?
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
Oh, my God. So she gave us a, Russia's a big country.
Yeah.
Right? Same kind of explanation.
And then she kept saying, I'm imagining holding the bread, the big loaf of bread out there, but it was getting heavy because she said it's heavy on families. And I imagine her going, it's really heavy on families. And you're like getting weighed down. Oh, it's heavy.
She, she never has an answer for any question. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
You're right. Yeah.
She always has some sort of colorful, loquacious way. That's where the whole be unburdened by what has been line came in. And I also think that she does not prepare for anything.
Mm-mm. No.
Like she didn't sit down with somebody, an aide, consultant, or anybody and say, well, what if they ask me about what am I going to do about inflation? What am I going to say? No,
but you know why they didn't do that? Because they didn't need to at the time. Remember who the media was. They weren't going to ask her questions that were so difficult. They probably delivered the questions prior.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking is, if a consultant or an aide said, okay, Ms. Harris, what would you call her? What was she before she was vice president? She was senator?
Well, she was a senator.
Okay. So, Senator, do you want to prepare for this interview? I don't need to prepare. Oh, Kamala.
Right.
Can you tell me how she would say that if she had just had a few?
Well, ask me the question.
All right. So, Senator, would you like to prepare for this interview you're going to do?
What?
Like inflation? How are you going to answer
what?
The inflation question?
You're asking me.
Yeah.
You're asking me to prepare. Me.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Everybody prepares.
Kamala. It's Kamala.
Everybody prepares, Senator.
I don't need. That's not me. I know it. So I'm just going to go ahead and in there and take care of business. And that's what she would do.
I love drunk Kamala. Oh, my God. We hadn't done that in so long.
I know.
And none of that's rehearsed, by the way. Kenny just comes up with drunken Kamala. All right, get us back to the present.
Yeah,
get us
we
back
have
to
to
2026.
Because I don't like right now.
I don't like 2021.
Being,
no way. No. And here we are, back in 2026. That easy. I'm glad we put the Wayback Machine in the shop.
Yeah.
Now it works without a hitch.
Smooth as can be.
Okay.
I just think that she's going to run again, right? I mean, she's probably going to run again.
She is that vain, I think, that she would.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be really interesting because their bench is so deep. That you got Newsom.
I'm glad you brought that.
You got Gavin Crybaby Newsom, who's going to deflect and blame Trump for everything. You got her; she's going to blame Trump for everything. J.B. Pritzker, come on now, come on.
I'm glad you brought that up because look at their bench compared to our bench.
Oh, our bench, yeah.
Right? Got J.D. Vance, you got Marco Rubio, you got Ron DeSantis.
What's going on there?
Keith Hegseth.
What are we going to do? I mean, we don't have to think about it right now. They have to think about it because they got to figure it out. They got a lot to figure out. But I don't think we should be approaching that conversation yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying.
No, you're yelling at me for bringing up.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
But what I'm saying is,
you tell me I'm jumping the gun.
You got J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio. You said Ron DeSantis, which I to a degree agree. But there are other people involved too that are deep. I mean, you got Tulsi Gabbard. She is a force to be reckoned with, man. All of those people we're going to have to make a decision at some point.
So how come you get to dig into it, but I don't get to dig into it?
No, I didn't say you couldn't dig in.
What'd you say?
I said it's a little premature to talk about it.
Why is it premature for you?
Deciding on who's going to be.
Now listen, I think you should like Ron DeSantis a little more than you do.
Why?
Outlawed Sharia law anywhere in the state of Florida.
You know what?
I know you hate that Sharia law, Ken.
You bet I do. Every bit of it. And I don't think we should have it anywhere in the continental U.S., but anywhere, actually.
In the world.
In the world, yeah.
It's bad, folks.
It is bad.
It's bad, ladies.
It's contrary to anything in Western culture, Judeo-Christian values. You name it, you cannot live side by side with Sharia, period. You just can't. You can't. It's impossible.
The women that listen to this show, very smart, very intelligent, very astute. Liberal women are none of those things. They just don't get it. We should support the Islamic people. We should support their Sharia law. Okay, start beating her with a stick in the middle of town, would you?
Yeah.
Can you stone her to death
Let's
tonight?
give her an example of what's going to happen here.
I mean, some of the things that the women get sentenced to death for is not even crimes.
Exposing your hair.
Oh, you whore. You whore.
Right.
What's that, a strand of hair? You pig.
Right. You need to be stoned to death. And that's not just hyperbole here. We're talking about real things that happen. Then the Islamists, what they'll do is they'll say, no. LGBTQIA plus people, you come on over. You just come on over. In fact, you need to work with us because, we're going to be comrades when this is all said and done. And guess who the first people they're going to look at when they need to dispose of people?
MMIW G2SLGBTQQIA+.
That's what they're going to look at them and say, okay, you're first off the roof. We're done with you.
When you hit the ground, it's all love. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You won't even hurt. You jump, hit the ground, and you'll be done.
Right. I mean, you have to worry about the first 500 feet.
Since you brought her up, Ken,
yeah,
can you play that lady again?
MMIW G2SLGBTQQIA+.
I don't think I could reel off stuff that I know very well that well.
You think she practiced that on purpose so she could roll it like that?
I think she had a teleprompter. I think she had everything that she needed to help get through it.
Okay.
Because I can't see anybody memorizing all of that, even if you're for it.
No.
It's too many letters.
So, yeah. So in order to be a human being, you have to know that.
Yeah.
Or else you're just an outcast.
There's no reason why they couldn't. Okay, so here's the story. Godfather. When they're filming The Godfather, Marlon Brando hated rehearsing. Okay? So they used to give him cue cards to read some of the lines that he does. And there's one scene where he's talking, and as the audience, we only see Robert Duvall's back as Tom Hagen, and he's got his hands on his hip like this, and the cue cards are all taped to the front of him.
Are they really?
Down his chest and everything, so Marlon Brando can read them off the cue cards.
That's interesting. I never knew that at all.
And we think this lady just reeled off all those letters off the top of her head? Really?
It was almost as if this was during a press conference that woman said that, but I mean, she was including it as being such a travesty that you treat these people this way. Everybody's inclusive here in Canada. It was a Canadian. And there were people behind her that were kind of standing there like going, yeah, go, say it. And then when she was done, they almost started clapping. It's like, what an accomplishment. That was so awesome.
MMIW G2SLGBTQQIA+.
Oh,
good job, Joe.
Good job, Joe.
You got all the letters right. I can't. Why do we take any of them seriously? Why?
We have to, Vic, because they are very deceiving. Very deceitful.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. NewstalkSTL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
So I heard a big whoosh, and by golly, I had to go check my pants again.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's NewstalkSTL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
How are Missouri's public schools really performing? Dr. Susan Pendergrass of the Show Me Institute will discuss their school rankings at 4:20.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on Newstalk STL. And you can visit us at inhstl.com. That's inhstl.com.
Don't let spring surprises ruin your comfort. Johnson Heating and Cooling in Wentzville is offering air conditioner checkups for just $99. We'll check your Freon, inspect your condensate hose, and test all electrical connections. Plus, we'll clean your system for no additional charge if you act before June 30th. Keep your home running smoothly this season. Visit johnson-heatingandcooling.com. That's johnson-heatingandcooling.com. Johnson Heating and Cooling. Your comfort, our priority.
Dreaming about a vacation but not sure where to start? Should you book that all-inclusive resort or a cruise? Which destination? What cruise line? And how do you know you're getting the best value? That's where Magic Expeditions comes in. We're your St. Louis local travel experts, helping you choose the vacation that fits. Whether a relaxing, adults-only escape, family-friendly resort, or unforgettable cruise adventure, skip the stress, the guessing, and endless online searching. Visit magicexpeditions.com. That's magicexpeditions.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken. Vic can make oleo. Ken can't pronounce oleo. The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Oleo. Are you making fun of my favorite dish of all time?
Nope.
Sounds to me like you are. And I know it's jealousy. I know it's jealousy. It's okay.
That's all it is. Pure jealousy.
Now her mama says, it's all right. Better lose getting out tonight. All right. Welcome to it. 101.9, 94.1 News Talk STL. I want to thank Ken for putting my friend Sal up there. Friday was the anniversary of the day he died, and that is one good-looking mother.
Yeah.
Talk about Sal.
No.
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
It was like a little chef joke. All right. We ready to go here? Chat box wars going on. Facebook versus Rumble.
Who'd you start with yesterday?
Facebook.
Oh, so we need to start Rumble.
That's where I am.
Okay, all right.
Don't push me around.
Playing by the union rules. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Vic, baby. Oh, look who's in first. Cinderfer. Hey, Vic, baby. Hi, Ken, whatever. That's what she said. She said, hi, Ken, whatever.
Hi, Ken, whatever.
No, she said,
whatever.
hi, Ken, darling. I just hate saying darling.
Hey.
How
you doing?
Oh, you beautiful Patriots. Good morning, Patriots from M. Goltz. Coyote says, good morning, fellow Vic heads and all freedom fighters smart enough to listen to the Vic Porcelli Show.
Thank you.
That's what I like. Thanks
I love
so
it.
much. Gene the Dancing Machine says, good morning from Gene the Dancing Machine, as Vic called me. Isn't he the Gene the Dancing Machine?
It's Gene the Dancing Machine.
Ken's got something for everything.
I can just imagine him doing the dance right now.
You know what? I think only the real Gene the Dancing Machine can do that dance. Did Swallowwell, is that how you spell it? Swallowwell?
Must have been an error.
Used slush fund? Did he?
That's a great question.
Is that
Vic.
public?
No, seriously. Now they came up with that question. That's a great question.
I wonder if that's public knowledge. Who took money from the slush fund to cover up a sexual thing? Huh.
Bad llama.
Good morning, all freedom-fighting Patriot Vic heads. whoosh, my brothers and sisters.
Whoosh.
That's Duke. Allison said, morning, Vic and Ken, freedom-fighting American, loving freedom fighters. Ed Stoit, there he is. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. No fair elections.
No peace.
No fair tariffs.
No peace.
No fair chat box.
No peace.
Man, what a protest.
I know.
President, chill out, turds. It was a joke. Donald John, Grover, Cleveland, Trump. Now, I can't be certain or positive, but I think Ed is referring to the Jesus drawing, whatever it is.
I thought it was in bad taste, but some things that he does are in bad taste. That's as far as it goes with me.
Now, Ed thinks it's funny, I think.
I thought it was funny, too, but some people are like, oh, my goodness, blasphemy.
I don't think you or I are as religious as Ed Stoit.
No, you're right.
He is
Yeah, he is.
hardcore
Yes, sir.
religious guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, just relax, okay?
Sometimes you just got to take a deep breath and go, yep.
They can't. They can't.
No, if you've got like this, even the most ingrown problem with President Trump, like you don't tell anybody, but it's there. Something like that reveals your true identity.
Yep. Good morning, all you beautiful, mega, ultra-patriotic, deplorable, garbage, degenerate, freedom-fighting, God-fearing, thick-head weirdos. Whoosh!
Whoosh.
Stop poisoning our food. I tilled the garden up yesterday. Oh, Allison's all ready to go.
Nice.
We got to get going. Let me tell you something. Homemade eggplant parm with eggplants from the garden. Oh, my God.
Good
oh,
stuff.
my God. When I walk in the house and I see things piled up, encyclopedias, heavy books, 20 pounds of sand.
Yeah.
The eggplant's underneath to squeeze all the bitterness out of the eggplant.
Okay.
That's the key to a great eggplant dish, is squeezing out the bitterness.
Yeah, but don't you smash? I mean, if you're smashing it that much, doesn't it destroy to me, it would destroy the vegetable.
Well, it's already cut. It's already sliced.
Oh, okay.
All we're doing is...
No, you're obviously, you know how to do it. I've never done it before.
You want us to do it your way?
I haven't. No, I have no.
You want us to do it?
I have no way.
You want us to do it the Italian way or the Metagon way?
I
What
would
do you
say
think?
the Italian
Thank
way.
you.
Yeah. the Metagon is Metagon. Is that American?
Yes.
Okay, because it's based on your rules.
Yes, exactly.
I know, because I actually deciphered it.
Good boy.
Because you said Metagon, I'm
Right.
like American.
Right.
Okay.
R turns into a D. C turns into a G.
Metagon.
Metagon. You are a Metagon.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. So close, Scott.
Almost.
You're almost there.
I can't. Olio though.
That's another day. That conversation is. I swear to God, we'll have it. The conversation, but. Good morning, Patriots. Hey, good to see y'all.
Good morning, St. Louis.
Good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Tired of being bamboozled by the politicians who we voted for. We voted for full transparency, and we're still waiting. Okay, we're still waiting. You like Judge Judy, Ken?
No.
I like Judge Judy.
I don't.
I love when she says, "Let's go, lunchtime, lunch break, sushi's for
I like
lunch
that
today."
part of her, but I just don't like. I don't like how she talks about Trump.
Oh no, the show.
Okay.
The show.
No, I do like how she talks to the
Love
defendants.
It. Let's go.
Yeah.
Lunch is coming up. Sushi for lunch. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Right?
Where'd you think you were going to? The beach? She said that. You guys make the video of all the liars in our government, send it to Eric Schmidt or another reputable government person we trust. Tell him or her to keep playing it for the people to remember. Thank you, Vicky. We may have to resort to something like that.
Yeah.
All we're not asking for anything illegal.
No.
We're not asking for anything that monetarily advantages us. We just want the people in the press briefing room to see that Donald Trump is not the only one that says we should destroy Iran.
The truth. That's all we want. Out there. The truth. Is that so wrong?
And we think, I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
Is that so wrong?
It's not for anything else but to get off my back. You know, as Caroline Levitt, she says, get off my back. Here's your idiot friends saying the same thing.
Or as you would say, get out of my ass.
I was going to say that, but I thought I'd keep it clean. Thanks for
Ken, Thunderstealer.
Thanks for muddying up the waters, Ken. You got to hear Ken off the air. God, what a power. Not like me.
No, you're not.
Anyone ripping off the government using the guise of hospice or daycare, etc., are the following: scum, Pure scum. Why aren't they all in jail? Here's your list. You got your scum, you got your pure scum. Life is precious. Cancer is expensive.
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be all comments about our cancer conversation, and I'm sorry if I upset anybody, but that's just too true. Cancer is expensive in more than just money. Life is so precious. And by the way, Allison gave us the first Life is Precious, Cancer is Expensive. She lost her husband to cancer.
She knows more than anybody.
And she's a great, great friend of ours. Vicky says, I went through radiation treatment in 2007. The radiation damaged my body badly, but I have a great life. My sister-in-law is suffering with cancer right now. She does not want to die. I do not want to die. I want to make sure I don't have a death wish.
Yeah,
okay?
I think that, I think you need to make that clear because you don't.
I don't make it clear?
No, you do. But I mean, I can I say while we're talking about this, my sister-in-law is going through therapy right now.
I'm so sorry.
And it's not as bad as the first time. She had it pretty bad actually. Now she's going through it again, but it's better. And so I just asked for prayers for my sister-in-law, Betty. And we love you. And
Betty.
Yeah.
So listen, why don't the cancer drug people, Big Pharma, do what Stan does at Roots Plus, right? If what he does to save your tree doesn't work, the money goes towards replacing the tree, right?
Yeah.
So if you do cancer treatment, it doesn't work, that money should go towards another round of cancer treatment if that's what you're doing.
Huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they don't do that. More money.
More money. Yep.
Kenny's on fire. He's all right. He's not great.
Thank you, whoever said that.
That was PMS. Hey, guys, I grew up in California. It was the best place in the 60s.
Yeah.
Sure it was.
We visited La Jolla. My brother-in-law used to live there. And I'll tell you, man, it was amazing. You know, they lived on a hill. The water, the ravine was there, houses everywhere. They're just below. It's beautiful. But that's it. I mean, you can't. It's awesome, but everything else destroys it.
When did you do that?
This was probably 15 to 20 years ago.
Because Jessica and I went to California for our honeymoon and had a great time. We rented this really cool blue convertible, drove down the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah, we did. We drove on the...
Awesome.
Yeah, man. We went up to L.A. and drove that road, I guess, whatever it was.
Hey, guys, I grew up in California. Don't you potty talk on this here radio? Who potty spoke on this here radio?
Probably you.
What?
No,
We united the Asia.
United States of America. Got it. Respectfully,
The United States of America got it.
What is he trying to do?
The United States of America on it.
Respectfully, Kenny, there's a slush fund on Capitol Hill that covers both parties. I don't think we said.
Oh, no,
we
yeah.
didn't say anything
no,
different than that.
they're both scum.
Oh, Ed brings up a good point. How about hitting the like button, okay?
It won't kill you.
I promise it won't kill you if you hit the like button. Watch, tomorrow's headline will be, Vic Porcelli listener dies hitting the like button.
No, it won't.
Vic says it won't kill you.
It won't. It won't.
Haven't been able to chat much, working on a project. I've been listening. Thank you, Ed. Always appreciate you having you there.
Hey, Vic Porcelli Show chatboxers. This is Ed Stoit. Just reminding you to hit the like button. Would it kill you? It is the union rules.
Here's Allison, who lost her husband to cancer. My husband's cancer was untreatable. In 2 weeks in the hospital, still over $100,000. That's the bill she got.
Wow.
$100,000. We set up a give, fund, go, whatever it's called, and nobody did anything, and I feel terrible.
Well, some people did.
Yeah, but not enough.
I know.
Not for $100,000.
No, you're right.
I keep losing the feed, stupid Rumble. May have to turn on the radio. Oh, Cinderella going old school. Turning on the radio. Insurance companies, I just can't even. I'm so sorry, Allison. We're all so sorry, Allison. Big Pharma is corrupt, indeed. That's an understatement. Can't really trust most doctors either. I will not apologize for that statement. No, you never have to apologize to us.
See, we covered a lot today, Vic. Big Pharma, the money lost there. We've covered all the fraud. I mean, we're talking trillion. In just this 1 3-hour show, we covered trillions of dollars of money, that our treasure that we've lost to fraud and abuse by the government.
Yeah. Absolutely. The love of money is money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Jessica Tarloff is always welcome because she's a member of what we're up against. She says the quiet part out loud, and that's what you want, a reminder of what's to lose.
You're kind of, I agree with that. I really do. Because at any given time, this could happen.
MMIW G2SLGBTQIA+.
Don't forget what the Biden administration made us go through on Easter when they had the breasted man out in front showing everybody. What about the guy that was in the Senate on the Senate floor doing his thing because of the Biden administration? I'm telling you, these staffers, everybody was corrupt in that administration.
Agreed. This Harris soundbite is a no Captain Obvious moment. She's perfect. Oh, no shh, Captain Obvious.
Stuff.
Yeah. She's a perfect example of how all Democrats answer questions, always dancing around the answers because they caused most of the problems. And they don't prepare. Nobody prepares anymore. Their bench might be short on talent, but let's worry about the midterms first. Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We're still playing from behind because the GOP hasn't done anything to stop it. On purpose? He says, what say you? Can you add that to the list? What say you?
No, I like it.
No, I hate it. What say you?
What do you say?
Well, yeah. What say you? You sound like a caveman. What say you, Grok? Well, say me, I say. You know what I mean?
Well, Bill O'Reilly says it.
Is that I don't care. Like Bill O'Reilly says that I like it? Of all people?
The look on your face when I said that. That's what I was looking for, actually.
What say you? Is that a legal thing? I thought lawyers were smarter than that. I thought lawyers could speak in full sentences.
What say you?
What do you have to say about this, counselor? What say you? What do you think? I don't know how to talk?
You want it more direct.
What are you saying? What say you? Think I don't know how to? I don't understand? I don't understand what's...
I understand that. What say you? Yeah, it's a little indirect.
Yeah.
Screw your freedom.
Now that's direct.
That's direct. Screw your freedom. It's not a tumor.
Tumor.
Okay. Vic, I made ayo olio the other night.
Yeah, ayo. I keep forgetting that.
If I write it down for you, it'll be easy.
Ayo.
You got it.
Oyo.
Yeah. Well, no.
Olio.
Ayo.
Olio.
Olio. You got it, Ken.
Man, see?
That is garlic and oil.
Ayo. I have to
Garlic,
remember
oil.
the I, letter I,
and
yo.
Don't forget the
ayo.
leech, which is anchovies.
I'm not going that far yet.
Oh, it's so good. You don't like anchovies?
No. I'm not saying that.
Oh, got it. No, just not saying it. Frankly, I'm fed up with all this crap. Fix it or else.
Come on.
I did think it was funny. Chill out. God saved DJT for a reason. God forgives sin. When Kamala talks, you really need the gut-filled bongos. Have you ever seen him do that? When she talks, there's a little bit of bongos in between.
I love that.
It's like a beat.
Oh, my. Can we steal that?
Yeah, they steal from us.
I think that would be
They stole the
so-
Where's My Wiener joke from us.
So fun.
When
she starts spouting off again, we'll have to get a bongo. I'm going to get a bongo.
Allison, Ken praying for Betty. Allison's praying for
Allison, thank you, sweetie.
Just lost my brother-in-law to cancer. I have several acquaintances dealing with cancer. I know you don't catch cancer, but it seems to be an epidemic. What is causing so much cancer?
Isn't that weird? Yeah, I agree with that.
PMS is messing with me. Full stop, Vic.
I like that.
Keep your head on a swivel. Vic, what say you?
He
nailed almost
He could
all
say
of
it
them.
a billion times with a B.
Almost all of them. Okay, I got to get... whoosh. Vic heads everywhere. Dave Stouffer, thank you, brother. Whoosh.
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 I may challenge Vic to a cage match today.
Ooh.
Spaghetti eating match.
Well, you'd win.
You think you can beat me in a
No
spaghetti eating
freaking
contest? Forget about
way.
it. Whoosh, you bunch of Vic
Whoosh.
heads. Good morning, Vic heads from Holbrook,
Vic.
Arizona. Sean, we miss you, baby. We miss you here in St. Louis. Amy says, good morning, Vic heads. Barb says, good to see ya.
Hey, it's good to see you.
And Tom Lawson says, good morning, freedom fighters. That's everybody.
This is taking forever.
I don't want to hear anymore. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a minute to say thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. And I want to say that, all these comments and everything every day, we really appreciate it.
Totally. Spread the word for us, okay? Get our podcast. Download those anywhere you get podcasts. We'd appreciate that. And that's it. Keep tuning in. use your magic trick. Don't forget to use my magic trick on people. It's fine. You can use it.
Yeah, it's really simple.
Your phone, put it in your other hand. Oh, it's a radio.
It's a radio.
How about that? Listen to Vic and Ken whenever you want, wherever you want to. Thanks for putting Sal up there for me. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Vic.
And thank you for having the record player on at night to listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
Yeah. All right, Jamie Allman, the award winner. 3 martini lunch. Common Sense Radio. He'll be in lickety-splickety. That's a Jamie Allman word.
It is.
He made that up. Lickety-splickety. Kenny, now see you tomorrow.
See you, everybody.
Whoosh.
Tim Jones here to introduce you to your new favorite roofing company, Corel Roofing. There were 4 major storms last year. Did your roof take a hit? Do you even know? Most homeowner insurance policies require claims to be filed within 1 year, so time's running out for a closer look. At Corel Roofing Company, you get a local roofing specialist who will advocate for you every step of the way. Give yourself peace of mind. Schedule your roof inspection today with Corel Roofing at CorelRoofingCo.com. That's CorelRoofingCo.com.
Tony Colombo here for All Solutions Pest Control, the team Christine and I trust to protect our home. We've used multiple services at multiple homes over the years, and I can tell you from all that experience, All Solutions is second to none. If you have a pest problem of any kind, or more importantly, just want to prevent a problem, All Solutions is the team to call. Learn more and take advantage of their incredible $67 introductory offer right now at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 or more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today.
800-515-2380. That's 800-515-2380. Paid for by U.S. Med.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The announced resignation of 2 members of Congress this week could affect the balance of power in the House.
California Democrat Eric Swalwell said he will leave Congress after facing sexual misconduct allegations. And a short time later on Monday evening, Republican Tony Gonzalez of Texas announced his retirement after recently admitting to an affair with a staff member who later died by suicide.
That is correspondent Greg Clarkson reporting. Charles A. Ledesma has a report for us on the Lebanese people who are anticipating the outcome of ongoing talks between Lebanon and Israel.
Residents in Beirut say they're not opposed to direct talks with Israel, but many express pessimism that they would not be fruitful. Beirut resident Bilal Keber tells the AP, "I'm with peace, this must eventually be resolved, otherwise the 2 sides will keep striking each other." While Haytham Kaya, another resident, says he hopes that there will be a good outcome from the talks, but that he'd never seen negotiations involving Lebanon be successful. The militant Hezbollah group has urged the state to pull out of discussions in Washington, the first such negotiations in decades. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Nevada residents got a scare last night, compliments of an earthquake.
A magnitude 5.7 earthquake struck a rural part of Nevada just before 6:30 p.m. Monday night. The epicenter was about 13 miles east of the town of Silver Springs, rattling residents, knocking merchandise off store shelves. Resident Tyra Fuller.
It was pretty bad. I thought the house was going to bounce off the foundation.
Tyra says she's not new to earthquakes.
I'm originally from Southern Cal, and we get rollers down there for the most part. This wasn't a roller, this was a bounce.
While the shaking only lasted about 20 seconds,
this was a complete shock.
Sound courtesy